In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants, episode 1170.
Oh, wait, shit. I can't actually see the stream from
Oh, you'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it in just a minute. It's best not to talk over the intro, Liquid Skelly.
Oh, no.
A lot of people
Already.
are excited for the big news.
Yeah.
Let's start this motherfucker off on a good
Yeah,
foot.
wow.
Frank and Pinky.
Because after the last episode, we were only at $35, and I got a charge back, which actually,
Oh, really?
like, yeah, which set us back. Like, and there's been a few times where like it's happened, and I'm like, well, we met the goal before the chargeback happened, so I kind of like just ate it, and we did the bonus show anyway. And I'm fine with that, but damn,
We're not actually fine with that.
yeah, I
Don't
mean,
do that.
I'm not fine with the chargeback, but I'm fine with giving the fans what I promised them.
Yeah,
So-
I'm also not fine with that either, but that's your choice. I give the fans nothing.
What? Why charge back at
Well,
all?
I don't- Yeah. So, I'm not gonna talk about who did it. It just happened. Like I noticed it the other day. I'm like, why is there a negative balance here? And I felt like King
Egghead,
Cobra
why
for a
did you
minute
charge
there.
back?
Hey, Liquid Skelly, I'm talking, buddy. I'm talking.
He's
buddy.
talking about feeling like King Cobra.
Yeah.
This is
No.
Ben rarely feels like King Cobra.
Yeah, because he's always looking at his bank account. It's in the negative, and this time I was because of the fucking chargeback. So that's what I was talking about. Everyone, please like the stream. If you could, please like the stream, that would be great. All right, Liquid Skelly, what you want to call out Egghead like everyone else?
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry, I'm uncharacteristically energetic today. I think that's because of I was gluing together a few minis for Marvel Crisis Protocol, so I think I'm slightly buzzed off model glue. And that's
God.
probably what's doing it.
Model glue.
You should switch to cologne.
Have you ever been buzzed off model goo?
No, alas, I have not.
You got to date a model. They're extra goopy. Shout
Well,
out to my girl Gwyneth Paltrow about to win $1. Darren Ashmore coming through on the Patreon.
That's what's up.
Everybody who wants to go deeper on the tip train, Frank and Pinky dropped to 20, didn't even miss it. If you want to go on the tip train, last episode was a drip drain. It was so slow.
Yeah.
So slow. We're trying to counterbalance that with a tsunami of.
It was a
umami.
fun episode too, and we had a good crowd and everything. But it just maybe we were just so engaging that they just couldn't. They forgot about the tip train.
Everything's balanced. Last episode, Chris Shan got out of jail. This episode, Trump's going in.
Well,
that's the balance.
Maybe
so celebrate by throwing money at us like we are your tawdry little strippers.
I actually have a poll open right now. Will Trump see jail time? And right now, no is winning 54%. And then it's basically even. Unsure has 23%. Oh, yeah. And yes has 23%. So the no's have it so far. We'll leave it up throughout the whole show. And at the end, we'll check it out and see what the people think. I did see some
Sorry
cool.
to miss the last episode.
Oh, no.
I'll make it up today.
That's fine. You don't have to
Cheers,
apologize.
Frank and Pinky.
You don't have to apologize. I saw some cool AI art in our Discord server.
Is this who's that in the car behind him? Is that Putin?
I have no idea who that is. Putin has a lot less hair than that guy.
Yeah, I don't know. That gentleman in the background does not look like.
If Trump receives any jail time, I will sit on top of the biggest truck in Central Park and eat 5 pairs of Louis Vuitton pants.
Any jail time, even like 1 day of jail time?
Are you going to become the new Central Park 5? Or is it Central Park 7?
The Dave Clark 5?
Yeah.
Here's another cool one. Like I love how his prison jumpsuit still has a tie.
That's respectable.
And he's basically sleeping.
The guys behind him have matching ties to his jumpsuit too.
Dude, what if AI art replaces courtroom sketchers? Like people who get paid to sit there, you know, like in courts where you're not allowed to take pictures. That's mainly where the courtroom sketch people do their art. And AI art could just replace that.
Tip train me harder, daddy. Respectfully.
Yeah, because like someone who has no art talent at all can just sit in the courtroom and type like a description of what's going on, and the AI artist will make it. Because some of that courtroom art is pretty bad, to be honest with you. I think it's because they're drawing it on the fly and everyone's like not sitting still. I don't know.
If anybody has access to AI, do something with courtroom art as the way it's rendered, and see how it comes out. How would the AI draw actual courtroom art?
I think even the original one was it Dolly.
They did the courtroom sketches. Huh?
Yeah. You could say what you wanted and be like courtroom sketch style, and it would make it look like it.
Did you hear they put a moratorium on advancements of AI for 6 months?
No.
Elon Musk is calling for it. They're all worried the AI is going to take over.
So is he
at this
calling
rate.
for it, or did they actually do it?
I don't know if they're doing it yet.
Okay.
Him and 1,000 other people in the business of AI are like, stop! It's going too quick. The AI is going to take over. Stop!
All right, so here's Trump.
I just liked how in the last one it was that guy behind that guy. There was a guy behind who looked just like Pence, like from the
I kind of saw that. I saw that kind of little bit. The nose is different.
Nose up, like nose upish.
Yeah. This one's interesting because Trump is like, he's like ethereal, and he could just like float through the bars of his jail cell. It's like
it sounds like something he would brag about.
I'm ethereal.
I could just float through the bars of my jail cell. Okay, Trump, we believe
Nobody does it better than me. The bars can't even hold me.
Is this the
Not
post?
even held me once.
It's the post from the cover of his book, The Art of the Deal.
It should be the new cover of it.
Is this the art of the steel door closing into you?
Yeah.
The steel door of justice, Trump?
Yeah, he just floats right through it. I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost, the best Casper.
I like how the AI makes his eyes look like puffy pussies.
They do look like that for real, though, and they're lighter colored than the rest of his face.
I kind of want to make out with one of his eyes. He's got them puffy pussy eyes.
Look at this one.
Well, that's just gross.
I thought this was just a photo of him.
Oh,
orange jumpsuit bad.
This is gaunt. I don't like it.
And the Mr. Rogers type of look too. That is not like just. I don't know why that reminds me. That specific suit with the tie and everything reminds me of that. It's just that's not right.
Mr. Rogers had like a suit and tie, but then he would take off his suit jacket and put a cardigan over his shirt and tie when he would get home. So it was interesting how that worked.
Hell's Only said Musk is full of crap. He's pissed he's not making money off of AI. That's kind of what I thought too. Like he wanted everybody to wait 6 months so his company could catch up.
Yeah, it's going to advance no matter what. Slowing it down will only delay the inevitable. Here's Trump did a post on Truth Social, and I understand why a lot of people didn't even know about it because no one thinks to check Truth Social for anything. Nope. But here's
especially not for truth.
And by the way, he spelled indicted indicated.
They just indicated the 45th president. What they indicate him of? Crimes?
They indicated he committed a crime by indicting him.
These thugs and radical left monsters have just indicated the 45th president of the United States of America and the leading Republican candidate by far for the 2024 nomination for president. This is an attack on our country, the likes of which has never been seen before.
To be fair, I doubt Trump will be held long if at all. So, for the ethereal one, does art imitate reality, or does reality imitate art? Train these tips.
Reality,
insipidly sweet boys.
I think reality indicates art. is likewise a continuing attack on our once free and fair elections. The USA is now a third world nation, a nation in serious decline. So sad.
He doesn't even know what a third world nation is.
You guys wish you were still under the Trump regime inside your house. While half you were inside your house wearing masks, the other half were outside looting the streets. Trump's America was a better America.
He says he says this is an attack on the elections, not even realizing he attacked the elections. He's being sued by the company that ran the elections.
Well,
That's fine.
I've done a lot of crime and a lot of lying in my life. And one thing I always do when I'm criming and lying is I accuse other people of the things I'm guilty of. It's called projection. They have a term for it.
And here's
That's why I hate all these PDF files.
No.
So this is the official statement. Are you able to
from Trump?
Yeah.
Statement by Donald J. Trump, 40th President of the United States of America. This is political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. From the time I came down the golden escalator at Trump Tower, and even before I was sworn in as your president of the United States, the radical left Democrats, the enemy of the hardworking men and women of this country, have been engaged in a witch hunt to destroy the Make America Great Again movement. You remember it just like I do. Russia, Russia, Russia.
Russia, Russia, Russia.
The Mueller hoax. Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. Impeachment hoax 1. Impeachment hoax 2.
The reckoning.
The illegal and unconstitutional Mar-a-Lago raid.
Mar-a-Lago.
And now this. The Democrats have lied, cheated, and stolen in their obsession with trying to get Trump. But now they've done the unthinkable. Indicting a completely innocent person in an act of blatant election interference? Never before in our nation's history has this been done. The Democrats have cheated countless times over the decades, including spying on my campaign, but weaponizing our justice system to punish a political opponent who just so happens to be a president of the United States and by far the leading Republican candidate for president has never happened before. Ever. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, who was handpicked and funded by George Soros, is a disgrace.
The boogeyman!
Rather than stopping the unprecedented crime wave taking over New York City, he's doing Joe Biden's dirty work. Is he cleaning up all the fucking ice cream Biden spills with his shaky-ass hands? When he spills them on those kids he's a little too close to? Ignoring the murders and burglaries and assaults he should focus on. This is how Bragg spends his time. I believe this witch hunt will backfire massively on Joe Biden. The American people realize exactly what the radical left Democrats are doing here. Everyone can see it. So our movement and our party, united and strong, will first defeat Alvin Bragg, and then we will defeat Joe Biden. And we are going to throw every last one of these crooked Democrats out of office so we can make America great again.
It's just like how he demonized Pence for just doing his duty. This other guy who otherwise we wouldn't even know who the hell he was, who's just doing his job. Alvin Bragg is now public enemy number one, and I've seen all these interviews where people are like, no, he should go to jail. It's like, for what?
Remember when Trump was first president and he got his cabinet together, and it was almost every week or every other week somebody in his cabinet was getting kicked out.
Yep, or quitting.
Yep. It was at one point where the longest cabinet member was Linda McMahon.
And she was basically forced to resign, but not in a ceremonious way.
Yeah.
Matthew Krecklau.
Proud big time Patreon.
By the way, shout out to Matthew Krecklau. Shout out to Matthew Krecklau. Check out his channel and all of that wonderful stuff. And he's also competing in Actual Mania tomorrow, but we'll talk about that later.
Only the best people. All the best people were there on January 6th. We love you. We had delusional guy in a buffalo hat. We had terribly slow guy in a buffalo hat. We had random.
The tip train passing Trump Town and headed for Sweet Junction. Woo woo the axes.
Woo woo. Thank you, SLID. I don't know who that was, but
here's Here's some. We're gonna watch a few clips from all the different angles on this, all the different networks that are gonna try to put their spin on it. It's very interesting, and then a few people reacting to it, that kind of thing.
CNN breaking news.
We have major breaking news, indeed historic breaking news right now. CNN's Kara Scannell is in New York for us covering this story. What are you learning, Kara?
Well, three sources tell me, and my colleague John Miller, that a Manhattan grand jury has indicted former President Donald Trump in connection with the hush money payment scheme. This indictment is under seal, according to sources, and the exact charges are not yet known at this time. But this investigation has been going on for a long time.
I'm guessing the protests will start tomorrow. It came at, I think, remember Trump got everyone ready for that one specific day and it didn't happen. And I think they kind of delayed it so that it kind of, the whole hysteria that was whipped up from that died down a little bit. And now they just kind of threw it out there. And because the reports yesterday were that it wasn't going to happen until like sometime in April. And then today they're just like, nope.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's what we're dealing with right now.
We haven't heard of the Proud Boys for a while because they've been standing back and standing by for this moment.
I mean, they pop up every now and then. I don't know where. I don't know.
We used to get fun little videos of them starting stuff and then getting beat up. I miss those days.
The decision to move and seek and
I liked the video of Captain Content wearing their polo shirts.
Dude.
You're not allowed to wear that. It's like, yeah, he is.
Why are you wearing our polo? You're not proud, boy.
What were you gonna say, Liquid Skelly?
No, I was just thinking that, him calling out Bragg, obviously intimidation tactic there. But, okay, so God forbid, that let's just say a January 6th 2 Electric Boogaloo happens, right? So have you heard the rhetoric a lot of these right-wingers are saying about the woman who that girl who shot up the elementary school that she identified as trans apparently, and that the trans community is actually now engineering terrorists for it? I would love them trying to consolidate that with a I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying it would be very interesting to hear that trying to consolidate the belief again of how terrible they're trying. Trans people are engineering all these terrible people, but forget the fact that our movement seems to be producing a disproportionate amount of mass shooters.
Yeah, I don't see any evidence that there's some kind of militia that's being formed or anything like that.
The real truth about mass shooters is they don't have a single type. Right.
They don't.
That being said, if you check the FBI reports, though, the FBI did a release on the mass shooting type stuff and the domestic terrorism type stuff. It's disproportionately right-wing, especially when it comes to racist. Quite frankly, it's usually people who are racist. And then there was a big movement of Q attacks there for a while and COVID restrictions.
I just think with this kind of thing, we shouldn't be like, because it'll start getting pointed at one specific type of person. I think we should just say all around it. It obviously takes all kinds, any kind of person is capable of doing it.
And a lot of right-wing people are pro-gun, so they might have access to that more with mental illness than those that don't have pro-gun sides.
Well, we're talking about something completely different now, so I don't want to get too much on this. But
spoiler alert, season 2 of Trump.
Get an indictment of a former president is the first time that has been done in U.S. history. This could have a significant impact on the presidential campaign. But as I said, we do not know the exact charges yet. We expect those charges to be made public in the coming days. And at some point in the near future, former President Trump will have to come to this courthouse and be arraigned. All
right, so that was like when it was first put out there, and that was CNN. This is Gutfeld. His take on it.
Oh no, not
OG,
Gutfeld.
right? He is a badass. If he's got a mugshot, you might as well go right into it. And the thing is, his poll numbers have gone up with this. I just think this is going to make sure he is going to be on the ticket.
Is there going to be an Arrested Development where our president, our 47th president and 45th president resides his 47th presidency behind bars the entire time? Can he get elected in and then if he gets elected in and he's behind bars, can he pardon himself?
That's never been tried before. But Trump said he was going to do that.
He's like, you're going to vote me in. I'm going to pardon myself.
I think a mugshot of Trump is going to be used by both sides in different ways. You'll see it. I guarantee you'll see it.
Get your presidential mugshot Melmac plate.
Here's another Fox. I think this is when Fox News first announced it, and people are all like, "What? Like what the?"
Word former President Donald.
Did you hear? Did you hear that? Yeah. Listen.
Here we have just gotten word former.
Someone with a hot mic on them just saw what was on the teleprompter for her to read, and he was like,
Was it? I thought maybe it was the sound the stupid news alert thing made.
Here we have just gotten word former
that swoop up.
President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York. Trump was under investigation by the DA's office for his alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 campaign.
I love how they're saying alleged when he has outright said that he did it. And his lawyer actually, I think it was his lawyer who said that he didn't. He lied about it, but then said he did do it, but he had to lie about it because it was confidential, so he had to say he didn't do it because weird shit. But why are they using the word? I guess they have to use the word alleged.
Yeah, they have to allegedly when it becomes a criminal case. You can admit to doing anything, but they still have to prove you did it if they're going to put a case up against you. You could say, yeah, I killed Greta Garbo in a fucking limousine.
There was one of those like child.
Say that again. Sorry, go ahead.
There was one of those child beauty pageant girls, JonBenet Ramsey. She was like mysteriously murdered and no one knows exactly how she was killed. And there was some crazy guy years ago that confessed to killing her, but there was literally no evidence. In fact, there was like a rock solid alibi that he wasn't even there. So, yeah. So they couldn't charge him for it, even though he admitted to it. So just because you admitted to it doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah,
you're just stupid, or attention seeking, or both.
I've admitted to a lot of sex crimes, but not on the stand.
NBC News has learned a New York grand jury has just voted to indict former President Donald Trump. It's the first indictment ever of a former U.S. president.
Is this Don Lemon?
No, this is Lester Holt. Don Lemon's on CNN.
Huh.
Don Lemon looks way different than this guy. Don Lemon's younger. He just looks way... Okay, then why did you ask if it doesn't matter?
I didn't say it doesn't matter.
Then why does it matter?
I don't know if this was Don Lemon.
You see a black guy, you just think he's Don Lemon?
This looks like a Don Lemon type.
Billy.
This looks like... I don't know what Don Lemon looks like.
A major impact in the 2024 race for the White House. The investigation centered on Mr. Trump's alleged role in 2016 in a hush money payment to former adult film star Stormy Daniels, who said she had an affair with Mr. Trump in 2006. That payment was made in the final days of the 2016 presidential campaign by Michael Cohen, Mr. Trump's former lawyer, who after the election was reimbursed by the Trump Organization. Joining us now is NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett. Laura, lay it out for us.
All right, Lester, obviously a seismic development here, a historic...
So Lester Holt is the news guy. He just gives like the news. He didn't give really much of an opinion or anything. She's going to give like a legal expert's opinion, and we'll see...
development. Never before have we seen
calling for Lester Lemon versus Glanderson Booper at the next actual Mania.
Former president indicted in the United States of America. Now, we have not actually seen this indictment. We believe it to be still under seal there in the court in Manhattan. But we now have 3 sources confirming that the grand jury has, in fact, voted to indict. We also have 2 sources confirming that Mr. Trump's lawyers have been informed that this grand jury has voted to indict. Now, typically...
I wonder if he knows. It's sealed, but I wonder if they have to tell him. I don't know. But what they're speculating is over 30 charges. But who knows how severe they'll be if they're just misdemeanors. If they're just misdemeanors, he's probably not going to see any jail time at all. If they're felonies, maybe.
The defendant gets an opportunity.
I don't see him getting any jail time for this. They're going to be lucky if they get anything for it.
It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is. And then if it goes to a jury trial, I mean, it all comes down to who's on the jury. You know, if they just randomly pick a bunch of jurors that happen to be Trump sycophants, he'll walk.
Do you think, how's the jury process going, a federal indictment?
I don't know.
Especially Donald Trump. I mean, you could make an argument with pretty much anywhere in the U.S. that there would be some bias.
I know it took a long time to pick Martin Shkreli's jury. A lot of people they were interviewing for his jury were like...
people are saying they're not federal charged. Are they federal?
Oh, they're not federal?
Yeah, I don't believe they're federal.
Huh.
Yeah, I do not believe that they're federal charges.
So Christine Weston and Trump...
Because it was a Manhattan grand jury. I believe it's a New York, like a local New York thing.
Oh.
Surrender in a case like this. Obviously, Mr. Trump had forecasted that he would be arrested in some respect. We have no evidence that that has taken place. But the typical scenario would be for he to actually surrender at the district attorney's office. At that point, he would be processed, fingerprinted, mugshot, all of the typical processes that you would see in a regular case. Even though, of course, this is not the regular case, we do not have any timing on exactly when that processing would take place.
Now, the indictment itself, will it be sealed? Will we not perhaps see the details of it for some time?
It's typically sealed until a judge actually orders it to be unsealed. So it gets sealed. It's actually with the court right now.
And that would specify what the actual accusation is.
That's exactly. That's when we will actually see the piece of paper that will actually lay out all the charges.
I wonder what the point is of sealing it and waiting. I mean, if you're going to tell, why not just wait to say it exists at all?
Is this possibly just a really, really good thing for Donald Trump?
He's going to use it to his advantage, and that's what he was doing in his announcement. He was trying to say that he's looking persecuted. He's going to get that martyr support.
What if someone on his team, like a mole, sent the information in, just enough information that's just, a slight amount of evidence that could suggest that they have more evidence now that they could easily defeat it? Like if they have like a second level of evidence that negates what they're bringing these charges up on, what if someone just suggested it to the New York State office and Trump is doing all this to make the witch hunt legitimate?
Huh?
This could all be a fucking setup for Trump to be like, look, they have nothing on me. I'm Teflon Don. I beat the case. He gets reelected.
Listening to your show while we game. Love you guys and really appreciate all the content you provide.
Thank you. I don't think it's that complicated. I think he's being indicted and he's going to use it to play the sympathy card to his base and hopefully collect more people.
Because he was the one that knew he was getting indicted first. He mentioned it before everybody.
Well, that's because certain people were testifying in front of a grand jury, Cohen and Stormy Daniels. So he knew they were being called to testify. So he was just seeing what was already publicly known, and the writing was on the wall.
These charges seem pretty weak, even if he's guilty. Like, what's he lose if he's guilty?
It depends on what the charges are, which we don't know yet.
Sometimes they go into great detail. That's known as a speaking indictment when it provides somewhat of a narrative, sort of telling the story of what happened. Sometimes it's very bare bones, and we'll have to wait and see what this one does.
We have been hearing that the legal theory, the legal basis that the DA has been looking at is one that's untested. Yes. What do we know about what the challenge was in this case?
So typically in a case like this, the falsification of business records, that's typically a misdemeanor. So we're talking just up to a year in prison. In order to
So they're speculating on the possible charges based on what they know and the testimony. So these are like minor misdemeanor crimes.
Step it up to a felony. There has to be actually a second crime, an intent to either commit or conceal a second crime. And throughout this entire investigation,
So if there was some kind of second crime that they think they have evidence for, then that's probably the only thing that would get him in serious trouble.
Does he get his money back from Stormy Daniels since she broke the fucking NDA?
I don't even know if it was a real NDA. Did she actually sign anything? Or was he just like, here's some money, keep your mouth shut, baby?
I mean, I don't think if he's going through his lawyers, there's got to be something, right? His lawyer's gonna be like, here's some shut up money. Here's some dumb bitch juice. Drink it.
What would that second crime be? Could it be something related to state election law? Could it be something related to federal election law? We just don't know. And it's one of the things that we're going to be looking for when, in fact, this indictment gets unsealed.
So a question that essentially centers on how that money was accounted for, what it was stated to be used for, and what the intent may have been for its use.
Exactly. So it's not actually the paying of the hush money that's the crime. The problematic issue here, if in fact that's what they've indicted him on, is the way that it was accounted for on the books of the Trump organization as legal fees, when in fact it was not legal fees to Michael Cohen, his lawyer at the time. It was hush money.
Thanks for watching our
That would explain why they're even trying to do it. The one thing you can't fuck around with is money.
Well, when it comes to reporting money to the government, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing. So at most, then I see at the end of this just be a slap on the wrist and say, how dare you?
Well, that's how they got. I mean, and Al Capone was like a murderer and a gangster and everything, but they got him on tax evasion because he always knew how to keep his hands clean of all the really bad stuff that he did. And they knew he did it. They knew he was like the head of all of it, but they just couldn't pin it on him. So they were like, oh, he cheated on his taxes, so we'll just throw him in Alcatraz. And that's what happened. So
this has nothing to do with the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago.
No, this is something totally different. Nope. And this is that's why it's localized in New York, where a lot of this shit happened with Cohen. It was right before the election. He had Cohen pay her money to keep her mouth shut because he didn't want that shit getting out. So
this sounds like a nothing conviction or charge.
It's not a conviction.
Nothing charge. Even if he gets convicted, it sounds like it's going to be like nothing unless they have the proof of beyond a misdemeanor.
I mean, you or me, our heads would roll for this. So like,
absolutely,
it's not nothing. It's not nothing.
Rich people.
It's finally
finally
holding someone in this position accountable for something like this. Just because it's not him getting like years in jail doesn't mean it's literally for nothing. And because he was such a corrupt president, he's like, this is the first president to ever be indicted. And I honestly think any other president, if we can prove crimes on them, they should be indicted too.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
I want better crimes than this.
I think the most important thing is they indicted him when he was out of New York.
They pin him with a felony. He can't run for office.
And that means they could have indicted him within.
Yeah. So, I mean, they may try for it. You can't. The
statute of limitations when he was out of New York. Statute of limitations is way expired. They claim they couldn't have indicted him because he was outside of New York, but now they've indicted him when he's not in New York.
This is people. This is, I believe, Newsmax. People on Newsmax reacting to this shit.
So they've made a foolish decision, which will cause the case to be thrown out, I think, on statute of limitations grounds.
And so if you're his lawyer right now, what do you make a motion now? Do you wait until the process gets a little bit further? What is the next step?
You make a motion immediately to dismiss on statute of limitations grounds. And on the
charge is using campaign money to pay her off.
Yeah.
Grounds that the alleged crime doesn't fit the misdemeanor or the felony. Now, I haven't seen the indictment, obviously, so I'm talking in general terms. But in general terms, you make a motion to dismiss on both statutory grounds and statute of limitations grounds. And the statute of limitations grounds should prevail. Now, the New York Court of Appeals has had very negative rulings on that, so it's impossible to predict what will happen.
Newsmax. Yeah, he's like, it'll get thrown out. At least that's what I think. I guess maybe, but I don't know if they would have went this far but we'll see. Here's Trump Jr. reacting.
Oh no.
Little baby Trump.
I was proven even more right than I would have ever imagined because apparently
Nostradamus.
Soros-backed Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is actually indicting my father.
If you don't like someone and you're on the right, just throw Soros's name along with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like kryptonite to them.
So
supposedly George Soros was raised by Hitler.
Exactly.
Yeah, T-Bob told us about that.
Be clear, folks. This is like communist level shit. This is stuff that would make
not
Mao,
communist.
Stalin, Pol Pot. It would
all of those people would have just killed Trump if he was their political enemy.
No. It's fine. Don't think about it.
All of those people just killed their political enemies. They didn't try them in a court.
Make them blush.
Make them blush.
What makes them blush?
What? Oh, jeez. I just love the way you persecute Trump. It's even worse than me.
So flagrant. It's so crazed. When even like the radical leftists of the Washington Post are out there saying, it's not really based on facts. It's not really based on the law. It's not really based in reality, but it's 100% based on politics. When your enemies are saying that, it's got to tell you everything you need to know right now about.
Well, it's based in politics because it has to do with election fraud. I mean, and just because something's based in politics doesn't make it automatically irrelevant. Like, you can't just dismiss it just because it has political origins. Trump was the president, so...
The Georgia state election charges are still brewing. This is like an appetizer compared to what Georgia potentially could be.
Oh, when he was calling in being like, I need you to find me some fake votes really quick so I can win the election.
There's got to be way more charges coming.
Oh, there are. It's crazy. And I've been hearing about this even back when he was still president, that all this was brewing.
Where we are as a country.
By the way, this podcast cannot, in fact, be paid for by George Soros because this, as we all know, is an infamous alt-right podcast.
Oh, my God. It can't be paid for by George Soros because I'm not filthy fucking rich and George Soros is a billionaire.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Everyone, please like the stream. Everyone, give the stream a like, please. And I'd like to thank everyone who's supported us so far throughout this. Let's see. Donald J. Trump Jr.'s greatest strength is name recognition. His greatest weakness is face recognition. Yeah, he looks a lot like him. He looks
kind of like a grizzled, like Tate brother, like Andrew Tate.
Almost.
Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. This is like Trump Tate.
Yeah.
They have those weak ass chins.
Yeah, it's
those
so
crazy.
It's so crazy when you watch like the first 5 WrestleManias. Trump is sitting in the first row with Trump Jr. next to him. It's so weird to see that little boy Trump Jr. Oh, this is something someone posted. It's like their mom taunting their Trumpster neighbor with a cowbell.
Donald Trump indicted!
Indicted! Like, everybody's been wanting Trump to get, I don't know, owned since the Russia shit every time.
Well, that was their best chance of kicking him out of office, which
that didn't work. And this is like stuff we knew about before he was in office. Didn't we know the Stormy stuff while he was running?
The thing is like impeachments have nothing really to do so much with the evidence presented as it does with how many people from each party you have in seats to vote on kicking him out of office. And it was just way too even. You need a 2/3, I believe, to remove a president from office. First, you have to get the impeachment at all. Then you need the 2/3 to get him removed. And that just wasn't possible. So, they tried it. It didn't work, but it's not necessarily because the charges weren't true. It's because just the makeup of Congress at that point. And that's all it, that's
I
all it
remember
really comes down to.
That they were even afraid he'd pardon himself anyway. So they purposely tried to stop what he didn't have the power to do that.
Can you pardon an impeachment?
I don't think
so.
I think
they said he could. Well, an impeachment is that. He would just pardon himself of the crime.
Well,
so they can't just say like we're going to
You don't have to be guilty of the crime to be impeached. It all comes down to, how many.
No. I'm saying why it's not happening now. I mean, why it's happening now so later, right? Because the indictment, because impeachment's the one thing, right? But then if they tried to actually do anything like other criminal charges, you could say, oh, not guilty. Because to your point, man, there was no way he would ever been thrown out.
We're not even sure if Trump has been indicted yet. I still think he might have just been indicated in the crime.
Oh, you're right.
He might have just been indicated according to his Truth Social post.
And it's really historic, this moment.
Who's this not Bush-looking motherfucker next to Chudley fucking W'sville? These guys look like ghouls. Welcome to Fox News.
They really do.
It is. It's historic. It's not necessarily good history that is being made. It's not that I oppose the indictment
If you see these guys in a Batman movie, they're not the good guys.
Former president. I don't even oppose the indictment of a sitting president on constitutional basis. But this indictment, if it is reportedly following the theory that we've been talking about, is political. It's a raw political prosecution. Now, the indictment may come out with a crime that none of us have heard of, but for many months, this bootstrapping theory has been put out there. This idea that you could take a misdemeanor under New York law that has expired, that has a 2-year statute of limitations, and revive it by connecting it to a federal crime, in this case, the federal election violation. Now, there's a host of problems with that. First of all, it's a federal crime that the Department of Justice chose not to prosecute. Bragg's own predecessor declined to prosecute.
So the crime is at the federal level, but the charges are at the local level. And he's saying the statute of limitations for the original crime has passed.
Prosecute. But he is attempting to bootstrap that federal crime into a state case. And if that is the basis for the indictment, I think it's rather outrageous. I think it's legally pathetic.
Yeah, how dare, so we're saying, right, is that, again, the tough on crime group says, oh, yeah, it's okay. He committed this crime, but how dare you try to hold someone accountable for that, man? I mean, dear God.
Well, I think they're tough on crime that is like street level crime.
Committed by poor people.
They really don't care.
Poor people and minorities.
Poor people crime, bad.
Poor people crime, not cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a number of other issues with the former president, Brett.
Okay, this guy,
Rich, thank you.
This guy also looks like a bad villain in maybe a Bond movie or...
The amount of effort these cancerous fools put into breathing in is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
I just got a statement from the former president, so it's fairly lengthy, but I'll read it here because
he doesn't necessarily look like the
him.
bad guy. He just looks like that one guy who talks to the bad guy and says something he doesn't want and gets shot.
Look at this.
It's up to 34 counts now.
It looks like he's singing. I love this. I love this screenshot here.
Just like I do.
No
Russia,
tie.
Russia. The Mueller hoax. Excuse me.
He's reading the thing we already read, but I wanted to get there.
Ukraine.
Impeachment 1, impeachment 2.
Indicting a completely innocent person in the Democrat scene, but weaponizing our before.
Who read it better?
The unprecedented.
We know why we're fast forwarding through this. I read it better.
Is American people reading our, and we are going.
Oh man, he read it really slow.
Cute outfit. I want to don't touch my shit bag. Breaking: Trump indicted by Grandma Jerky. What is? I'm not going to say anything about this guy's appearance because that would be beneath me. What sort of name is Balsamo?
Sounds Italian.
I want to hang out with this guy.
Maybe he puts balsamo vinaigrette on everything.
He might know how to fucking cook. I want to have dinner with this guy.
I'm Mike Balsamo. I'm the U.S. law enforcement editor for the Associated Press, and we have breaking news. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York City in a hush.
Are you saying this man can't be a news anchor?
I'm saying who decided to make this man a news anchor? They want to make me laugh, right? Whose money is this? George Soros' money?
Are you disparaging a fat in a good position? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
That's disgusting. This is the Associated Press.
This guy doesn't even have like a solid like voice. Sticky says, "Don't make fun of his voice."
I want to tell you what grinds my gears.
He should have a Peter Griffin voice. I would work on that.
Actually, yeah.
Money scheme in which it's alleged he paid money to women who claim they had extramarital.
You hear him have to take that breath? He's running out of breath.
Poor guy. He's you know what? I love that he got his shot, but
dude, look how dapper he's dressed too.
He sounds like he sounds like he's tattling on somebody.
Mole! Bloody mole! Bloody mole!
His speaking voice is like tattle. He's tattling.
I love it.
He's not reporting the news. He's tattling.
Sexual encounters with him.
100%. This guy, they just stuck a guy in front of the camera that should have never been in front of the camera.
Fauci isn't. I love this for them. Stay salty, Trump dick suckers.
Fauci's next. Fauci paid a ton of hush money to another porn star, so she would start COVID-19 by spitting cum in a pangolin's mouth.
Unprecedented moment in history. It is the first
No, she was the one that smuggled COVID-19 out of the facility in Wuhan. Was it not?
Charge has been brought against the former U.S. president. This case goes back to the 2016 presidential
Immediately
election.
Gone right down to the
Trump
fire.
and
It's
his
fine.
allies
It's
paid
fine.
Skelly, you're talking over Peter Griffin.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh no, how
Born
dare
after
I?
Stormy Daniels in connection with her allegations that she had an extramarital affair with Donald Trump. It's alleged that Trump and his allies, including his former lawyer Michael Cohen, made a $130,000 payment to Ms. Daniels in order to keep her quiet about the alleged encounter.
This guy sounds like he's shy. He's like I just, this alleged encounter. He had to put up and to tell everybody that the hush money was there, but it was from the campaign account. And I don't know. This is my big shot, guys. Just support me.
I love how professional of a set this is, but then they've got him in there.
I actually want more of him.
It would have been like if they put Jared Genesis in the studio reading the news.
Jared Genesis has a more assertive voice.
How's it going, guys? It's your boy.
He's more assertive than this guy.
You know what I'm saying?
I want all my news to come from this guy. If we can find anything from him when we do the news segment, bring it every episode. I'm loving this.
Donald Trump.
Wait to see
it's
this
not his
chapter
fault.
in the future history books. Stormy Daniels is gonna be in history books.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's not his fault. He just did his book report. He wasn't expecting to actually stand up and give it. So we have to give it some credit here.
Trump called Stormy Daniels horse face the other day. It's like, you were banging her though. And you
horse face.
Yeah, so he has a horse fetish apparently.
Yes, I fucked horses.
Yeah.
Move on. The Honest Red says being soft-spoken doesn't mean shy. Jake the Snake was soft-spoken. You are not comparing this guy to Jake the Snake, are you, Honest Red? Because I think we'd have to change your name.
This isn't Jake the Snake?
Is this Jake the Snake? Jake had a cadence and a delivery that made you hang on every word. This guy is more like
Is that guy's shirt with the white stripes we're singing about in the song The Hardest Button to Button?
Dude, he could not button that button.
No,
there's
honestly,
too much chunky neck right there.
As much as we're throwing shit at this guy, it's only because he is a trailblazer and you just don't see them like this. You don't hear them like this. He's gotten to this position with either nepotism or hard work. Because I don't see any other reason for him to be here. If it's nepotism, then he's got it. This is nothing. If it's hard work, then this is nothing. Because he got here.
Does it count as hard work if he gave BJs to the right people?
Dude, that's sweet.
Yes.
That's if he's one of those. If he's a Fox News blonde for an exec that just loves sloppy fat dudes suck it, then king. He is a suck king.
Faces criminal charges.
Yeah, apparently he gives some of the best fucking blowjobs then, because they wouldn't have otherwise put him on here.
That's the assumption. That's definitely the assumption.
His conduct. Those investigations shadowed his presidency through 2016 and beyond, and he faces
honest fucking red comparing this guy to Jake the Snake. You motherfucker!
Attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, and a separate Justice Department investigation being led by a special counsel looking at his retention of.
This guy sounds like he has to order twice at the drive-thru. They're like, "What was that? You said you wanted chicken cheese with extra chili?"
Presidential election.
No, I said I would like a double cheese, fries, please. Honest Red's like, yeah, just like Jake the Snake, actually.
Was that Don Lemon?
NBC News
Maybe.
is now also able to report.
I honestly don't know what Don Lemon looks like.
The grand jury has voted to indict Donald Trump. The New York Times was first to report the Manhattan grand jury voted to indict Donald Trump today. We have not seen the charges, but we have seen the witnesses that have come in and out in these final days and weeks. And in addition to Michael Cohen, who's been very public on his way in and out, there have been some other witnesses that we haven't known as much about. And based on the folks that were in
it like this. It's not just a former president, it's a WWE Hall of Famer that got indicted.
Former SNL host.
Former cameo star of Home Alone 2.
Yeah. Hosted The Apprentice.
Inspiration of the early Super Mario Brothers movies, Bowser.
I believe he was also the dean of students at Trump University.
Do you believe this indictment will say and read?
So this guy, a legal expert's going to give his opinion on what the indictment will say.
Well, Nicole, obviously this is of monumental historic importance. I think that we will see at least one, if not more, felony charges against.
Okay, this is MSNBC, and they're like, oh, dude, he's getting hit with all these felony charges.
Yeah, there's 30 charges, supposedly. 34, said Egghead.
Yeah. If any one of them is a felony, that is very bad for him. But this guy's just speculating, and this is MSNBC. They're like the opposite of Fox News.
I mean, to be fair, they will try to slam him with literally everything they got. So I would imagine there'd be a bunch of felonies in there, because if they could probably throw it at him, they probably did.
They have to have a reason, though. They can't just create a felony to throw at him.
For president.
I mean, if they have even the smallest thing, it's like it's always that stacked charges, right? Or the additional charges.
I mean, they even had a grand jury have to decide on this, so I guess we'll see.
We'll see for those people like myself who have been waiting for a long time to see the first step in terms of legal accountability. This is that first step.
You're gonna have to hang on for a long time, dude.
I do want to say that it is really important to remember, if this reporting is accurate, which all accounts would be that it is, it makes total sense that this would be happening. That one, we are likely to see, I think, other charges in other jurisdictions. Remember, this, by all accounts, is not the most serious thing that's under investigation, and I think it actually can assist other DAs and federal prosecutors in taking the bold step that they need to vindicate the rule of law. And the other thing that I think it's very important for people to remember, that at this point, if Donald Trump is now...
That guy has a super, super old Apple iMac G4 in the background. I used to have one of those. It's crazy that he still has it. Looks like he's just using it as a decoration or something. And he has a cool looking e-bike up at the top, too.
Isn't that a cool looking e-bike?
Oh, it might be an exercise bike, actually.
I was thinking about how small this small apartment is.
He could live in Manhattan, like it's like a loft apartment.
Case as a criminal defendant, it is important to remember that he.
We're only seeing one corner
of it. That'd be a nice
though.
Office.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like way bigger. This could just be one room in his house.
Based on the design, I don't think it's way bigger, but
innocent.
Could be.
And there's, it's fine for us to talk about proof and all of the things, and that's totally responsible.
Worst time to get a phone call.
It's not even his phone. He's running fucking Uber Eats out of this loft. He's doing like 48 jobs here. For as that big boy we saw earlier that got his job from either nepotism, hard work, or super suck it. This guy is the opposite. He's sitting here in his tiny home, getting fucking Uber Eats delivery calls. He's a dog walker. And at 6 p.m., he's got to go walk 9 dogs. He's fucking hustling, and he barely talks to girl here on MSNBC. It's because he's the only one willing to say federal charges, felony.
But in a court of law, he is going to be presumed innocent as opposed to the court of public opinion, and there will be a lot of process that he is given, which is also part of our American
it was
system
the big boy
of
putting
justice,
in an
so
order.
There won't be a trial anytime
He's like, hey,
soon,
Weasel, bring me my phone. He talks like hella assertive when he's not on air. He's like, you fucking weasel, bring me a box of chicken chow mein right now. Then he gets back on air. And he's like, and then Trump himself will be indicted under the 21st century. President 45th will be seeing prison time if he is faced with the real charges up to 1 year.
Expected, even though people will be anxious to see that happen. I think people should, who wanted to see the state come, just need to understand that's part of the American rule of law, is that defendants are accorded substantial.
Brian in the pleb chat says Billy has it out for tiny homes. That's not true. I want to have like 4 or 5 tiny homes in my regular size mansion. I think that would be dope.
Rights as they should be in facing those charges and bringing the case to a jury. That's not to take anything away from the incredibly important step that we are seeing today with the first time that an American president.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Here's Republicans react. Let's see.
By Manhattan's grand jury.
Oh, no.
I thought there'd be video of it. It's just text.
This is all the same stuff we've said. Matt Getz says, President Donald Trump always fought for us. He puts the American people above corrupt interests. For that reason alone, the powerful will never stop coming for him. A majority of Americans know Alvin Bragg's witch hunt is a politically motivated prosecution.
Yeah, it's funny how they'll keep naming him. He's now their public enemy number 1. He's like George Soros number 2.
Are coming on the air with historic news for the first time
Witch hunt
ever
is
in
the
American
new
history.
Make America Great Again. They're running on witch hunt. You see all the signs that said witch hunt? Like they want this. They want this to happen. They might push this out towards after the election so Trump has the best chance of getting elected.
Of the United States has been indicted. This unprecedented.
The next election is like it'd be in November of next year, right?
It'll be November of 2024, right?
Yeah, so it's quite a while from now.
This indictment filed under seal by the Manhattan DA could be announced in the coming days. It would also mean that Donald Trump would be asked to surrender and face arraignment on charges yet to be announced. It is all related to the hush money payment made to former porn star Stormy Daniels.
Do we have anybody else on record saying that his penis does look like the mushroom-headed toad?
No.
I would love to have someone else who's seen Trump's dick talk about it.
We have Marla Maples on the phone right now. Marla, welcome.
Hi, Ben. Really nice to talk to you.
So can we confirm that Trump's penis looks like a mushroom?
You know, I spent many years with Trump, and very rarely was I ever sober enough to notice the penis when it was inside of me. I love calling it Drunken Peasants because I was the drunken the drunken princess. I was always schnackered before getting entered by this barrel of a man, so I couldn't tell you what his penis looked like. I will tell you, it tasted like smoked Alaskan salmon.
Oh, shit.
3 sources.
No, we already did this one.
I think that he has enough sense to know that when he goes inside a courtroom, he should act appropriately.
Oh, dude, what if he doesn't? That would be... What if he acts like Darryl Brooks while he's in there?
Fuck! How good would that be?
I choose to represent myself. I'm the best lawyer.
What if the judge has to put him in a separate room on mute?
He takes his shirt off?
Like, seriously.
He uses his files and builds like a fort. He's like hiding.
He might pull out MAGA flags. Like he might walk in wearing 19 MAGA hats. He could go full son of a bitch. He might be.
I wish.
He might be one of the only people with more audacity than Daryl Brooks.
Maybe.
And honestly,
well, Daryl Brooks was a complete loser. Trump has actually enjoyed status his entire life.
yeah, and beyond that, Daryl Brooks did some horrible
stuff.
Even if Trump did everything they're accusing him of,
I'm sure he's done other more horrible stuff.
This is not what. If I hate Trump, these charges are not the charges I want to be brought against him.
Well, these charges aren't stopping more charges for being brought against him.
But these aren't anything worth celebrating over. If I hate Trump.
It's worth celebrating because this is going to be in the history books forever. So even if nothing else ends up happening, there's this blemish on his presidential record. And the 2 impeachments, there's a lot to bring up to kind of show historically that Trump was one of the most corrupt presidents ever.
So if there is going to be any quote unquote circus, the circus will be outside.
Like him walking across the DMZ with Kim Jong-un wasn't an indication of that, but
that was pretty amazing, though. Like that was amazing.
To surrender. That surrender has been in the process.
The fact that got brokered by Dennis Rodman.
I mean,
negotiation for quite some time, John, in the event of a possible indictment. So the Secret Service has been working with the NYPD, the FBI, the Joint Terrorism Task Force. The surrender itself will, I think, be very quiet, that he will be taken either to the courthouse, the DA's office. Or
I hope she's wrong about all of this. So she said he knows how to behave in court. She also said, the surrender will probably be quiet. I want a video of Trump screaming and kicking.
Georgia more than likely will indict Trump on racketeering charges now that New York indicted Trump.
Yeah, I want police body camera footage of Trump screaming and kicking.
Perhaps even an undisclosed location of a courthouse. He will be quietly printed electronically. He will be quietly given a picture or a mugshot, and he will be given a booking number. All of that is a rather dignified process, perhaps degrading, of course, for the person who is being processed. But then, John, comes the time where he will be brought to the courtroom.
And he will be brought to his cell, and he will be referred to as fish as the other inmates spit on him and make sexual passes, verbal sexual passes, until he goes out to the yard and has to fight for his cornbread and his dignity.
Put the former president of the United States in a holding cell with anyone else. They will keep him separate, and then he will go into court.
Okay.
You know, folks,
This is Real America's Voice, the War Room. Let's see what this guy's all about.
Send a message. You know, I didn't know I was going to be hosting War Room today. I didn't know this was going to happen today. So
I tell you didn't get a nice shirt.
Is he doing his version of I never wanted to make this video? This is a video I never thought I'd have to make.
This is just me without any preconceived, no statements or anything like that.
No thoughts.
But do you honestly think
guys,
that this makes us
making
scared?
this video.
Hold on, back it up a little bit.
Do you honestly think this makes them scared?
Honestly
Skelly?
think that this makes us scared? Do you honestly think that we're worried about this? Do you honestly think that we don't see exactly what this is? We're not the ones who are scared. You are. You are the ones who are scared of us. You're scared of this movement. You're scared that we've got the receipts, that we've got the drop on you, and this movement is getting bigger and bigger. And no matter what you do, no matter what you've thrown at us over the last 8 years, no matter what you've thrown at President Donald Trump, at Steve Bannon, at myself, at Roger Stone, at General Flynn, at Paul Manafort,
at Razor Fist,
all the rest of us, we still keep getting bigger.
I still get him confused with Styx, Hex, and Hammer.
Still keep coming back every single time. And these patriots, from the people of East Palestine to the people of Waco to the people of Pennsylvania, all across this entire nation, we see you. And you know what we say? Bring it on. Bring on every piece of this, because
I think Ohio has had enough brought onto them right now. I think they can be,
He's quoting George Bush. George Bush said that back in the day to Saddam Hussein.
Bring it on, Saddam
Bring
Hussein.
it on.
2003, where he declared ultimate Iraqi victory.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Red-blooded American is about to get activated peacefully and patriotically. God bless and have a good night.
Okay.
Are they just playing some fucking
Reggae?
random? Was it reggae or?
That's
like
what it kind
rap?
of sounded like. It was like
I thought it was
dancehall.
auto-tune rap.
Oh, maybe it was.
Well, it's a very dark day. One of the things that we cared about in this country for a very long time
It's a very dark
was to be a nation ruled by law and not by men. This ushers in what will probably be a very dark era of political persecution and prosecution, the type that we normally associate with the Soviet Union or with banana.
They always they love throwing out the communism stuff. This is
Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Republics. You know, during the Stalin era, it was common to say, show me the man and I'll find you the crime. It didn't matter, you know, whether someone had broken any law. They would figure out a way to charge and convict them of that for political opponents. And you see this all the time in third world countries where political opponents who are deemed a threat to the current
Well,
regime.
I think it's a lot better than the current run of Melissa McCarthyism, where everybody's a fucking misogynist and they just get outed and scolded into quitting their job because they didn't like Ghostbusters 2016.
Are charged with crimes. This is not good for this country. It is very sad. You know, in Washington and D.C., these are towns consumed, really obsessed with hatred for President Trump and the movement that he ushered in. Many Americans of all sorts of different political persuasions love this country. We want to be ruled by law. We don't want to see this type of political prosecution. And it is, you know, it is election interference, and it is something that
they're gonna. That's one of their words they're going to use a lot, or one of their terms, election interference.
You know,
like
I mean, that's the playbook,
right? Yeah, anything that has to do with something that might prevent him from running again is election interference in their mind, even if it's that he committed crimes.
Witch hunt, election interference.
Yep. Yeah,
but remember,
those
the
two
big charges, right?
Yep.
people who care about the country need
big
to.
charges are like racketeering, and Fox News, right? What got the shit into them because of their election fraud shit. So again, it's constantly using that term and trying to reflect it and water down the meaning to eventually, when they're actually having to be accused of it, oh, that word means nothing. Oh, yeah, it's just like election fraud. Yeah, everything's
Fox
election
News
fraud.
is in big trouble too. Like all the evidence that's coming out in the lawsuit from Dominion, the voting machine company, they've got so much that proves, like so much correspondence that proves that the main hosts over at Fox News didn't believe Trump when he said the election was stolen, didn't even really like Trump, but they still repeated the lie on national TV to their audience because they know who their audience is and they know what makes them want to keep watching.
It's good for views.
It's good for views, but now they're about to get sued for billions. They're trying to depose Rupert Murdoch, the owner of News Corp, the owner of all the media all over the world. He's a worldwide media mogul.
Thank God he doesn't own the X-Men anymore.
And yeah, they're trying to depose him, and he's trying to get out of it. It's really crazy over there.
Need to stand up and make sure that they let it be known that they do not support this type of political prosecution.
Very strange, but not unexpected news after
he's hypnotizing us.
1 month hiatus was announced for the.
Is this guy's head just ridiculously huge?
Did he accidentally get the same camera? They have the lens that makes the dick look bigger in porn, and he forgot to take that lens off. So now his forehead's just this massive throbber.
Brainiac.
Everybody knows there's that one lens they use in porn that keeps.
I don't know this. You saying everybody knows this? You're projecting.
They keep the dick looking massive.
Not everybody
and
knows
bulbous.
this.
And this guy's using the fucking porn dick camera lens. And his head just looks veiny and thick.
Grand jury in Manhattan looking into President Trump's NDA of more than 6 years ago. Just heard that President Trump, first president in history, will be indicted. A couple of things. Number one,
you can hardly hear me because it's windy.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, when it's windy and your microphone's going to pick that up, you need to do this inside.
Couple of things. He should have went to George W. Bush and Michelle Obama's candy party. He should have made more of an effort to cohort with the ex-presidents. He started this by being a little fussy puss. He could have been a happy man with his presidential library, but he chose to make waves, and now, yes, his petty crimes will be called out, unlike the other presidents who started a fraternity of petty crimes to be hidden. Hillary's done much worse, but we love her because she still shows up for George W. Bush and Michelle Obama's candy
Elon Musk said it's probably true. That means he will become the 47th president of the United States.
Somebody clipped the last part of that.
Good money right there.
Apart from that, I guarantee you this. The Democrats have no idea what they have unleashed. They have demonstrated that President Trump is right. The deep state exists, and they need to destroy him because he's...
Oh, he's. This is a different angle, that it's the deep state trying to take out Trump. This is the QAnon angle that he's running with here. Like they've always had this belief that there is a deep state, and they have it out for Trump specifically, and Trump's just like this warrior of freedom, and he's saying that's why this happened.
I like how this guy chose to film in front of his fucking brick barbecue, his backyard, massive, beautiful backyard brick barbecue.
It is.
But he chose the wrong angle.
Yeah. Right, he should have the grill right behind him.
Yeah, this fucking guy wants to show off his brick barbecue. He chose this angle because it actually makes his forehead look smaller.
The only person who has the wherewithal to take it on. Beyond that, we must exercise our rights. They want to deny us our rights. It was fine for BLM and Antifa, but we must protest peacefully and send a message to all those who hate America.
If the BLM people went on federal property, they were picked up in white vans and never heard from again. We know that. We saw that while it was happening. They were allowed to do their shit at fucking Target and the Dolce & Gabbana smash and grab robberies. We saw that. Nobody really thought that was a great political movement. But you want to say that they got away with it. They were just fine with committing. They committed their crimes in a way that was looting and polluting, which is not the way. But here's what Captain Planet has to say. Stay off federal property with your fucking protests. You guys got so much leniency on January 6th. You were
except for the woman that got shot in the head. She got not quite as much.
If she wouldn't have gone through that fucking window,
she got a lot less leniency than most people.
She went through the one window that was the last barrier to fucking, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi's cooch. I don't know what they were defending, but they stood their ground. They had their line. She crossed the line, and that shit shouldn't have happened.
I'm just saying she got the
She shouldn't have gone through that fucking window.
Will not stand for the tactics of Leventi Beria, the founder of the forerunner of the KGB. Show me the man and I will find you the crime.
Show me the man and I will find you the crime.
Someone else said that too. One of the other people we watched earlier said that.
They just said that. This is what they're running
the Fox News one.
Yeah, the Fox News said
they're
that.
They're running with witch hunt. They're running with show me the man, I'll find you the crime. They're running with the election interference. These are their buzzwords. Yep. Show me the man and I'll find you the crime. I'll also show you the clip of him admitting to the crime. But, that was not under oath, so it does not count.
It's up to us to make sure that it is saved. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump.
How?
It's up to us.
Again, not saying the action, remember, if they don't actually say how supposedly you're supposed to help with this, it's perfectly fine.
Well, I think
Plus, it's still casting.
I think they're insinuating you should get out and you should poll and protest and vote, and you should be
peacefully.
But he did say that it's fine for BLM to riot, so why can't they riot? Kind of an interesting, bring up the double standard of why can't we be violent. That's kind of an interesting little call to action.
Mm-hmm.
Skelly, Ben left the room. Yes. What the hell? The big spoilers. Forget Trump getting arrested. The big spoilers. By the way, plug your ears if you don't want to hear spoilers. The big spoilers. Karn took down Elish Norn.
About yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been keeping up with the story, but like what I've heard though is everyone kind of got disappointed because it was like a huge ramp up, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, what do you know? What's her name? Angel Lady just came in, stabbed her. Boom. Then Karn comes back and says, oops, oopsie poopsie. I got to go clean this up now.
For those that have no idea what we're talking about Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has done a multi-set story arc with the Phyrexians taking over the multiverse. And after Phyrexia all will be one, the ascendancy of Elish Norn turning the world tree into a planeswalking realm breaker started to go to all the different multiverses, and Karn made a coup to take out Elish Norn, and nobody's talking about that. This Trump shit is burying the lead. The real news is that Elish Norn is kaput. I think Jin Kataxius escaped.
Minnie Manson on as a guest.
Why do we, or why don't we? I think the don't we part is because Minnie Manson is not an easy collaborator, I think. Shout out to Jack Nicholson in the chat, bringing that up. The Elish Norn has been, the fall of Elish Norn has been covered up by this Donald Trump nonsense, this Trump malarkey.
They don't want you to know. And
Jin did
also,
die?
my brother pointed this out. Oh, no, I think, I know Varanklex just got wiped out in like a footnote.
Who cares about
my
that
brother
card
pointed
game
this out.
jive?
I just...
The Lion has returned to 40K.
I know he has. Okay, but that Glass guy. So I read like all of the Immortal Hulk in like a day. Amazing thing. But in the Immortal Hulk, his bad guy was the leader. He looks just fucking like him. The forehead did not have.
I am the adorable Hulk. I'm the adorable Hulk. I am the adorable Hulk.
Look what Skelly B-Ball Julian suggests that you sound like Minnie Manson. And you thought...
Oh, my God.
B-Ball Julian thought you were Minnie Manson.
I got a video here of Bernie Sanders grilling this guy that used to be the CEO of Starbucks for like a super long time. Let's see what this is all
Senator
about.
Bernie Sanders faced off with a longtime CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, Wednesday.
An illegal
CEO.
Over the past 18 months, Starbucks has waged the most aggressive and illegal union-busting campaign.
Oh, these talk about the tips, right?
Well,
make you tip on checkout? Fuck that.
No, they...
yeah, that's kind of weird.
They actually tried to unionize, and they closed a bunch of stores that... They actually closed a bunch of stores that unionized, some of them in Seattle. The first ever Starbucks that was unionized was in Seattle, and now it's closed down.
Where was that one at?
I think it was downtown. A few of them tried to follow, too.
In the modern history of our country. That union-busting campaign has been led by Howard Schultz, the multi-billionaire founder and director of Starbucks, who is with us this morning only under the threat of subpoena. Let us be clear about the nature of Starbucks' vicious anti-union efforts. The National Labor Relations Board, NLRB, has filed over 80 complaints against Starbucks for violating federal labor law. There have been over 500 unfair labor practice charges lodged against the company, and judges have found that Starbucks broke the law 130 times across 6 states since workers began organizing in the fall of 2021.
Yeah, like I've worked for some big companies before, and every one of them that I work for during training, there's at least a little bit of training that's about how unions are bad and they just want to take your money, and you shouldn't want to start a union. And if you hear other people talking about starting a union, you should tell your supervisor, like all kinds of shit like that, because they don't want collective bargaining. They want to have all the control over how their employees are paid and everything.
As a future billionaire, I do think unions are bad.
These violations include the illegal firing of more than a dozen Starbucks workers for the crime of exercising their right to form a union and to collectively bargain for better wages, benefits, and working conditions. Since the first Starbucks union was certified more than 450 days ago in Buffalo, workers at more than 360 stores across 40 states have held union elections. 83% of these elections have resulted in a union victory, and today nearly 300 Starbucks coffee shops employing more than 7,000 workers have a union.
Yeah, it's technically illegal for them to stop you from forming a union, but then there's all these loopholes to it where they can just like close the place
Whenever
that's
a
unionized.
Walmart unionizes, it gets shut down.
Yeah. That there should be like a crazy penalty for that.
Despite Starbucks' aggressive and
I believe all of the Walmarts in Canada are unionized. Like all of them.
Union efforts.
If they can do it there, they can do it here.
But with nearly 300 shops voting to form a union, Starbucks has refused to sign a single first contract with the union. Not a single one.
It's probably a lot easier in Canada to get
Yes,
unionized.
it is.
Because you don't have to worry about health care for your workers.
Well, that's one part of it.
You also
Plus, it's just like the laws there, the labor laws there are more friendly to that kind of
you
thing.
also are
There's
selling
not loopholes.
You're selling to people that can afford to choose what to buy because they're not just forced into the local Walmart that shut down every other store in their area. One thing about Canada that I love is that when you go there, everyone's family. It's like Olive Garden. When you go to Canada, you're family.
It's like Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. My time is limited, as is the time of all of our members here. So I'm going to be asking you to respond to each question as briefly as you can, hopefully
This should
with
be
a yes or no. Do you understand that in America, workers have a fundamental right to join a union and collectively bargain to improve wages, benefits, and working conditions? Do you understand that?
I understand, and we respect the right of every partner who wears a green apron, whether they choose to join a union or not.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like that was rehearsed right there.
Oh, absolutely.
That was written down because he knew that question was coming. That's an easy question to prepare for.
Are you aware that NLRB judges have ruled that Starbucks violated federal labor law over 100 times during the past 18 months? Far more than any other corporation
Did he
in
say
America.
fedora labia
Sir,
law?
Starbucks
No.
Coffee Company unequivocally, and let me set the tone for this very early on, has not broken the law.
Okay. Are you aware that on March 1st, 2023, an administrative law judge found Starbucks guilty of, quote, egregious and widespread misconduct, end quote, widespread coercive behavior.
Secret Juice in the chat says Howard says he's a billionaire because of hard work. Had nothing to do with his employees. Did he say it had nothing to do with his employees? Because he could be a billionaire because of hard work. The hard work of his employees.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not what he's saying.
Yep. And showed, quote, a general disregard for the employees.
I've been to the Starbucks headquarters before because they have a reserve there, too. There's one in...
Did you get the Starbucks Wagyu?
I don't think they have Wagyu.
Damn it.
They have one in Capitol Hill, and then they have one in Soto at their like big office building.
I've only
down
done the
there.
Capitol Hill one. I won't do the Soto one.
Mental rights, end quote, in a union organizing campaign that started in Buffalo.
People that deliberately get to lead unions just to make them shit, and only having friends gets all the good jobs and is usually ran by the good old boys club.
Yeah, I in Washington State, you know, I grew up in union families, and it was a fight since I was a little baby boy to keep the unions going, and they just whittle it down over the years. We've whittled down the middle class out of America. We used to have a strong middle class. We've lost it, and it's actually moved to China and other countries like that. The middle class is no longer an American thing.
Well, that's the most apparent in the Rust Belt, where like all the manufacturing jobs were, all the unionized manufacturing jobs. Like my hometown was known for making glass. like Owens, Illinois, and Owens Corning, and all those spark plugs too. That was a big thing. The one thing they still make there is Jeeps. Like most Jeeps you see on the road were made there, but that's all unionized. That's like the biggest employer in town. But there used to be so much more. Like the headquarters of Owens, Illinois is still there, but they don't. All their manufacturing is elsewhere. It's really weird.
New York in 2021. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware that those are allegations, and Congress has created a process that we are following, and we're confident that those allegations will be proven false.
All right, Mr. Schultz, before answering the following questions, let me remind you that federal law at 18 U.S. Code Section 1001 prohibits knowingly and willfully making any fraudulent statement.
I understand that.
Were you ever informed of or involved in a decision to fire a worker who was part of a union organizing drive?
This is a big question here.
I was not.
Were you ever informed of or involved in a decision to...
Are you lying? No. Are you sure you're not lying? Yes. He should try to trip him up that way.
discipline a worker in any way who was part of a union organizing drive?
I was not.
Have you ever threatened, coerced, or intimidated a worker for supporting a union?
I've had conversations that could have been interpreted in a different way than I intended. That's up to the person who received the information that I spoke to him about.
You know, I didn't say to fire him. I just said it'd be good if someone would fire him. It's not my fault.
When I said fire him, I obviously meant out of a cannon. No, Mr. Schultz, is it true that you are familiar with the fedora labia law that says you must refer to flicking the bean from here on out as tipping the fedora?
Were you informed of or involved in the decision to withhold benefits from Starbucks workers in unionized stores, including higher pay and faster sick time accrual?
My understanding, when we created the benefits in May, 1 month after I returned as CEO, my understanding was under the law, we did not have the unilateral right to provide those benefits to employees.
I just noticed he has a Starbucks cup next to it.
I mean, of course.
What the fuck? Branding? There's branding at like a Senate hearing?
Yeah, my guy knows what he's doing.
He's the former CEO. I bet he owns a ton of stock, though.
This is 100% just like a fucking person going on the stand wearing their Christian cross.
Okay.
Like he's virtue signaling.
Interested in joining
He's
a
like, you love your coffee.
He's venti signaling.
You love your thicky mermaid titty Britney Venti fucking logo.
They got rid of the titties.
Well,
They
they're
did.
there.
They're like cropped out of the picture.
Yeah, but they can use your imagination. She thick.
Fine.
Under your leadership, Starbucks has repeatedly refused to bargain with any of the 7,000 workers in nearly 300 stores where workers have voted to represent themselves through a union. The first group of workers to win their election have been waiting more than 460 days to reach a first contract. Mr. Schultz, will you commit right now that within 14 days of this hearing...
I only had one job ever that was a union job, and it was I worked in a meat department in a supermarket, a Kroger supermarket, which is like the largest supermarket company in the country. And that was the only time I ever was like in a union. And it didn't even matter to me because I only worked there for like a year. I paid union dues, but I didn't. I'm like, what is this? Like, what's good? Like, I didn't really know what was going on here, but it sucked. It was a terrible job, so I stopped working.
What was the worst part about being a meat packer?
Well, getting like blood and guts all over me, and like, dealing with the customers.
Did you ever deal with anybody that worked there that like just like liked it too much?
No, it was just like like there were meat cutters, and then there were meat. I was called like a meat packer or a meat wrapper.
Yeah.
Basically, they'd be in the back with like the whole carcass, and they would cut it up into steaks, put them in those little trays, and we would have to like identify what cut of meat it is, and like wrap it up, and there was like a hot thing that would like seal it on the bottom, the like plastic wrap, and then we put like the stickers like Angus beef or whatever on it, and then we'd weigh it, and a label would come out with the price and the weight on it. We'd stick it on, and our job would be to like put it out. Those people that put them out there like on the shelves, I did that for like a year.
My lovely, beautiful aunt used to be a meat packer.
Oh yeah,
and she got in trouble with the Safeway Corporation because she called them out for repackaging the meat after it was supposed to be called. They would like repackage it with a later
when it was
date
spoiled?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was spoiled, but it was like they would repackage it with another date on it and try and push it and resell it and like red it up with some dye or something.
Yeah.
She got in trouble for calling that out.
I've talked about so many different jobs I've had, but I think maybe that might be the first time I ever talked about that job.
That's why I asked you more about it.
And I told you about the
diaper job. You told me about
the janitor job at Toys R Us.
So many jobs.
Yeah, I haven't even talked about them all yet.
Well, you know what we gotta do for one private show? We gotta go through every job you ever had and do like a training video for each one and have you talk about it.
No, we'll exchange proposals with the union, something it has refused to do for more than 450 days, so that meaningful progress can be made to bargain a first contract in good faith. Will you make that commitment?
Because the arrangement that was made by the union and the NLRB in Buffalo to negotiate one single store at a time.
During that job, you want to hear a story about this job?
Yes.
Okay. So me and the guy that I worked with, I was probably like 18 or 19 years old when I worked at the meat market. And me and this guy that I worked with there on like a really slow day when like all the meat was already out on the shelves, there was no new meat being cut for the day. We just had to like make sure that the meat in the back got out on the shelves when space became available. We had access to the back. You know, there's like a whole back area in a grocery store that the employees can walk in, and one of the areas is like the dairy cooler area. And we took those whipped cream canisters and like popped the tops off them, and we're like doing whippets with like whipped cream cans, and we put the thing back on and stick them back on the shelf.
It's fucked up.
And me and my friend were like walking. We were walking back to the meat area, and we're all fucking high on whippets. And this old lady looks at us, and she's like, it sounded like this. It's like, do you have ground pork? And we were like, no. And she was like, shit, how am I supposed to make pigs in a blanket? And then we started laughing. Oh, dude, everything was in slow motion.
Ground pork?
Ground pork.
For pigs in a blanket?
She was going to make pigs in a blanket.
With ground pork?
Yeah.
I always thought the whole point of the pig was that it was in a sausage link. I like not having the sausage casing for a pig in a blanket. It seems like she was the high one.
I don't know.
By the way,
shit. How am I supposed to make pigs in a blanket?
Yeah. That's what she said.
Soon Ben is going to be, what is that?
And we
not indicated in New York for his crimes.
We both laughed at each other. We're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like that. It was ridiculous.
I as a fat, I am absolutely shook. If I was the person who bought that whipped cream can, went home with like 7 pies, got through 3.5 of my pies, and the fucking whipped cream ran out, I'd be so fucking mad.
Son of a bitch! The whipped cream stopped working.
San Jose, this is another union-related story. San Jose Police Union Executive Director charged with importing fentanyl. So the police union executive director. So I think, like, if you're a director for the police union, you had to either be or have been a cop at one point, right?
I don't know for sure, but it would seem that way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure to be a director of a union, you have to be within the service of the union.
It'd be weird to have like the iron workers director never had been an iron worker.
Story, the director of the San Jose Police Officers Association now facing
What
drug
the fuck
charges.
is going
She's
on?
accused
Okay,
of
can we go back just a second?
Okay, yeah.
Is this the ticker tape down below? Was that just the way that things were? Okay, it was reading out like Matrix language for me.
Honestly, it was like
You're having a stroke.
like when you try to read something in a dream, or like a deep fake text.
Yeah,
I saw what you were getting at.
Yeah.
Beefcake text.
Beefcake text.
Exactly.
One time in this room, I lost my eyesight and I couldn't see.
That happens to me when I cough really hard. Like if I take a big bong, I'll black out sometimes.
Mine just came out of nowhere with that seeing thing, and I got super worried. It never happened to me before. And then I'm seeing the text do that, and I'm thinking back to that moment. I'm like, am I going fucking full stroke? What's going on? I was freaking out.
Disturbing story. The director of the San Jose Police Officers Association now facing drug charges. She's accused of trafficking fentanyl here in the Bay Area.
Court documents say that the union director was buying and selling.
That's quite the plunging neckline, I must say.
The drug right under the nose of the Police Officers Association. KRON 4's Michael Thomas
This
is live
woman
in
was
San
like
Jose.
mid fucking
50s.
Dorothy throwing water on her.
With the details, what an incredible story.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Lots to unpack here. The woman in question is 64 years old, and she's worked here at the Police Association for 20 years. The feds
He's got some nice eyebrows.
almost half that time she spent buying and selling illegal drugs from outside the country, distributing them across the U.S. and the Bay Area, all while using the association's UPS account. Take a look. This is who we're talking about. 64-year-old Joanne
UPS
Segovia.
don't give a fuck.
This motherfucker's got to read it off his phone. How
also
often
know
do they do this?
He has glued on eyelashes too.
Yeah, like I obviously assume that they just hired a YouTube makeup tutorial artist to do this.
Drag Queen Story Hour.
If we're gonna call out Fatty McFats for being, this guy's in a professional setting as well, and just reading off his damn phone.
Someone said, "Is that Kian?"
Absolutely.
Pixelbat said that. You remember
Right?
Elisa's friend Kian?
Yeah.
Executive director for the San Jose
There
Police
she is,
Association
the
since
fentanyl lady.
2003 and is now
Oh,
the
I
center
know,
of
that I
Homeland
didn't
Security's
expect.
international produced drug shipments case. According to court documents, she was dealing drugs and receiving shipments of them from places like Hong Kong, Hungary, and
Hungary? Did he say Hungary?
Now, to be fair, I honestly, if you were to say that person was INBI, I would believe it because I don't know.
Hungary.
Until the name popped up, I literally had no idea.
Yeah, NB stands for news broadcaster.
Yeah.
Exactly.
India, then shipping them across the U.S. Since when, you ask? Well, 2015.
Wow.
Using both her home address
Lots of longevity.
and her work address. The feds say some of those packages were seized and opened, allegedly filled with thousands of pills labeled
Do you
with things
imagine the
like
fucking cops are the ones bringing this shit in to your fucking city, and it's San Francisco, which
San Jose.
but it makes its way to San Francisco.
it's in that
San
area.
Jose.
Yeah.
It's the Bay Area. You look at all the people in San Francisco that pay their super high prices. They pay for this fucking police force, and this is coming through. Like, maybe it's time. You know the whole January 6th thing?
No, I
You
don't know
remember
what
that
is.
January 6th thing where
No.
people try to form a coup against our government?
What's a coup?
Maybe we need to find something cooler than a coup.
wedding party favors and gift makeup. The feds say she used a Cash App account for payments with not only her name that was linked, but also her work email.
What? Okay.
She now faces charges for import.
She used her work email to commit crimes.
And exporting opioids like fentanyl. We spoke with a retired Superior Court judge and a former auditor of the San Jose
Okay.
Police Department who had this to say
I
about
don't
the
know
case.
whether or not it's an indictment on the dealer. So if you see like at oaklandpd.com and you go, yep, I'm selling them fentanyl.
Yep.
Raises a lot of questions, and the
Like, how dumb is this bitch?
issue is
That's the
why
biggest
didn't
question.
They know, and
Or how much did she think that she was not going to get caught? How many people around her?
I would say
were
that fits
accomplice?
into the dumbness part of it.
But for doing it for almost a decade, it's not just dumb. It's brazen. It's knowing that you're safe because the people around you are going to protect you. There's a level.
If she knew that, she was wrong.
Well, I mean, there must have been some sort of a system around her that allowed her to operate for 8 years.
Sometimes they'll let you hang yourself for a little while so they can really make it stick.
Well, that's the big problem because this is fentanyl and it's actually killing people.
they have anyone who is in charge of looking at the finances, checking the records and the books, it would seem that someone would have noticed that this was happening. So that's the concern here. So I think that the Police Officers Association has a lot
Budapest, Hungary.
of explaining to do.
Although she does look like the woman that would be doing the books for the church.
Yeah, she did kind of look like that. She had that kind of like
the law, regardless
voluminous
of who their
blonde
employer
hair.
is.
She also looks like the type of woman that would have been super concerned with fentanyl candy in kids' Halloween bags, which for her, I would believe she would be. No, she would be the one that would be not worried at all.
This
'Cause
is
she'd be
oddly
like, no, I don't remember
specific.
selling.
Page document also goes on to say that there is a case in Alabama that regards somebody having an overdose and dying, and while
I gotta go look
Segovia's
up Michael
name
T.
and
News on
address
Twitter.
and telephone number are linked to that case. As we get more details, we'll continue to keep you updated. We did reach out to
He's got an AirPod in one of his ears.
And still had to read his fucking phone on air.
for comment. We have not heard back. Segovia has not either made a comment as well, but that
was middle-aged white women the whole time.
Anybody who saw Weeds knows the middle-aged white woman took out the fucking cartel. Spoiler if you hadn't seen the last season. Middle-aged white women did it from the get-go. I'm looking at Michael Thomas on Twitter, has 1,032 followers.
Michael Thomas.
Trying to see if there's any cool. Michael Thomas posted 2 days ago, I want a White House with green shutters and a room overlooking SoCal so I can look out every morning. And I want a big old porch that wraps around the entire house so we can drink coffee.
Thanks for letting us know.
The Notebook gets me every time.
Okay,
Same,
I don't want to
Michael.
hear this.
Same, Michael.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from Michael.
I wish I
anymore.
could find that fat guy from earlier. Did we ever get his name?
I think they said it at the beginning.
It was like Chester Cobblepot or something.
Oswald Cobblepot.
Chester Coffee Pot. Gotta find the fat. I want to read his Twitter. He's like, you know, they brought back the double down. Fucking score.
Check this out.
The collision happened quickly. As we slow the video down,
Boom!
you can see
She got
how the
nailed by a
pedestrian is
scooter.
struck and dragged a
Damn.
few feet, hitting a wooden barrier. Jennifer Conrad is the pedestrian hit by the scooter on February 18th.
I like her
As she
style.
was leaving this restaurant
I think her wrist is broken from
on
the.
King Street across from
the broken
ballpark.
wrist was one thing.
Oh, you mean like the fur?
The fur,
Yeah.
like the quasi bandana.
Coming from the restaurant to my car on the sidewalk.
The fucking
and
electromagnetic
I saw
earrings.
A scooter coming really fast, so I just have a second to react, and I moved back. And I felt like with the eye contact,
put
that
him
he
off
didn't
course.
care. The look of his face was like, get out of my way.
Conrad says immediately following the collision, she was confused and could not speak.
Looks like a much larger person.
Scooter rider tried to help her, but when she asked him for his information, Conrad says he took off.
They're not supposed to ride him on the sidewalk in San Francisco. So
He left. People were like, hey,
I think that was
don't
Gwyneth Paltrow on the scooter.
leave.
So he bolted.
He left. He
Wait,
just,
what?
when I say give me your information, he tried to help me, and then he just saw more people coming, so he left.
The scooter rental companies
He's like, oh, you want my information? My pronouns are bye, bitch.
printed right there on each scooter, no sidewalk riding. We found that a few of them continue to break the law.
Narcs.
Police are still investigating the
I know.
accident. They say scooter riders are at fault in 55% of crashes. The majority involve a motor vehicle. Only 1 in 10 collisions involve a pedestrian. Conrad filed a police report.
That's
a few
rough.
days after
yeah,
her
she
accident,
got hit really
had
hard.
bruises on her
It's crazy how fast the scooter was going too.
arms and feet and suffered a broken wrist.
Yeah.
I don't hate a scooter. I love a scooter, but just don't be rude. Respect everybody.
In San
Look,
Francisco,
we need less.
She just came walking out,
Leanne
and then
Melendez,
boom!
ABC
Look at that!
7
Dude, she got hit hard.
We need less
I know.
school shooters and more cool scooters. Okay?
She just came, dude. That would suck so bad. Just come walking out of a restaurant, especially maybe you're having a good day.
Can
maybe
we watch it, the collision one more
yeah,
time?
I'm gonna play it in just a second.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, you come out, maybe you're a little buzzed or something. You know, there's a big Tecate sign flag right there.
In
Let's
San
see.
Francisco, Leanne Melendez,
Oh,
ABC 7 News.
dude, that is rough. He was going like 30 miles an hour or something. Like, what was that? How fast do those scooters go?
Well,
how fast was that? Like 20 miles an hour?
I will say this. She had all the time in the world to look before she walked out on the sidewalk. That guy had no time to know she was coming. That guy was zipping.
It's being treated the opposite way, that he saw her and had all the time in the world to stop.
How could
you? I'm not surprised you're on the other side.
Look at how much time he had from when she walked out. There's no way he could stop in time. He shouldn't have been on the sidewalk in the first place.
He shouldn't be going that fast.
But she's leaving here.
It's pedestrian right of way.
She got liquid courage. Like you said, she's dumped up on Tecate.
I don't know if she is or not. I'm just saying, imagine.
Go Leanne Melendez.
Dude, he was looking straight ahead, and she was just walking out. I don't agree with you at all.
There's literally no time for him to stop.
I'm not surprised you're taking this position.
There's literally, you really think there's time for him to stop at that speed? She walked. Like, let's count. When she walks out.
Well, first of all, we don't know the
Don't
speed.
be rude. Respect everybody.
In San Francisco, Leanne Melendez, ABC
less than 2
7
seconds.
News.
You could stop pretty easily on those.
Not at that speed.
We don't know what the speed was.
By the point of impact into her, we know he was going 33 miles per hour.
No way.
Yes. The
I
point
don't
of
think
impact.
those things can go 33 miles an hour.
He was scooting.
I don't think he was going.
He was scooting.
I think the injuries would have been way more at 30 miles an hour.
He was scooting.
A car crash at 30 miles an hour is a lot.
You know, I've been in a car crash at 30 miles an hour. Obviously, I was not at fault, and I was in terrible amounts of pain. But I think one thing that this girl and me have in common is, you know, baddies take a hit, and baddies keep going.
Cool.
So that's like, I stand with her. Like, baddies, we take a hit. Even if it was her fault for walking in front of traffic.
It's not, she didn't walk in front of traffic. She walked out onto the sidewalk. This is ridiculous.
Gotta look both ways.
I'll have you know, he was probably moving like 5 or 6 miles per hour.
She was going 5 to 6.
Well, because if it took about him 2 seconds to make the length of an average SUV, that is about 16 feet, which means 8 feet per second. So therefore, that is roughly 5.45, so 5.5 miles per hour.
Whatever math you're doing is lost on me. Baddies don't do math.
All right, we're going to check out something else here. Here we go.
In San Francisco, you can only drive motorized scooters on a bicycle path, trail, or bikeway, not on the sidewalk, and you cannot exceed a speed of 15 miles per hour.
Boom, boom. Seth looks again. Said during the intro, in San Francisco, you can only drive motorized scooters on a bicycle path, trail, or bikeway, not on a sidewalk, and you cannot exceed a speed of 15 miles per hour. Oh, the guy should not have been there. He was going too fast. I was just saying, like, morally, as a human being, when you leave the tavern after drinking 19 Tecates, you got to look both ways. You gotta be aware of your spatial awareness.
I was kind of just using it as a psychology experiment. And
all right, we'll play this from the beginning so we can hear it. So this is this like Fresh and Fit or like another show like that?
Probably
because they do that. They
like
bring
that.
on like Instagram models to talk about.
This is not that. I don't know if this is necessarily in the manosphere realm or not. I just saw this clip, and this girl has an interesting perspective on.
She's evil. She's fucking evil. Listen to her. Listen to her.
the whole time I was seeing him, I was kind of just using it as a psychology experiment, and I didn't really like the guy. I more just wanted to see if I could break his heart, and it was fun.
So did you break his heart then?
Just a wee bit.
See how she's just a wee bit. She's like proud of herself.
This is the difference between men and women. Men know we can break your heart, and we do everything we can not to.
It's inevitable we do, though, because we're fucking aces. But this woman wants to toy around with breaking hearts.
I did a little damage.
I hope I did a little damage.
Oh, okay. Why do you hope that you did a little damage?
Just, I like humbling men.
She said, I like humbling a man.
You like humbling men?
Yeah, it's like my pastime.
Your pastime is humbling men. You do work at the Spearmint Rhinos.
Strip club, by the way. Spearmint Rhinos is a strip club.
So, at a strip club, so. Do you humble men there?
No, I take their money.
I just take their money.
No, I jerk them off for $100. And you can see why, she wants to have this social experiment, this power. She's probably been hurt 1,000 times with those teeny tiny titties that she's trying to show off. She gives her heart away too easily, and then she pretends like she's the apex predator later on. And that's okay, because women like you and guys like the guys that hurt you are doomed to repeat this process until their late 40s when they're terribly unhappy and running cougar stuff at the high school.
Negus.
Oh, dude, listen to that. Yeah. They said you're gonna like this. This was a request to play for you.
This is 14 years old.
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus. Could you use it in a sentence?
The Negus ruled Ethiopia until the coup of 1974.
Which one of you idiot shitheads sent this in? This is a 15-year-old clip.
You repeat the definition.
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus.
Andrew, would you say the word loudly for the judges?
Negus.
Can you say it loud? Can you say it a little louder, please?
One more time.
One more time.
Negus.
Negus.
Negus. Negus.
Just take the L, kid.
Negus. Negus.
He got it. He was so happy he won the spelling bee.
He wasn't happy that he won the spelling bee. He's happy that he got away with saying the N-bomb. You know how hard it is for a white kid to get away with that? This is literally 15 years old. I used to be a part of a hip-hop forum, Seattle hip-hop forum, like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was this little white kid that would always have his rap opinions, and we bullied him and said he was this kid.
How's that bullying?
How's it bullying? Well, because it made him a stronger man.
Check out.
Bullying is really good for kids, actually.
Check this out.
When it's done by good people.
Trumpster Bob loves all of the same foods as Brett Keane.
Does he gum his steak?
Oh, no. Listen to this. It's got his
Should have ate something. I don't know. Go cook some mac and cheese here in a minute, right? Good all-American meal. Wish I had some beans. Maybe I did get some beans. Chili to go with. Ooh, mac and chili. Oh, yeah.
Situation.
Damn, I might do that, actually. Sounds pretty good.
Chili Mac. We do have to play a few Actual Mania promos. Tomorrow is Actual Mania. Anyone who wants to see it, you can see it tomorrow. We got our main events. We got a double main event. We had the surprise matchup, Trumpster Bob versus Big Diesel. It started in a Discord voice chat. It's going to end tomorrow at Actual Mania. Bob was working on his promo right now. He said, I'm going to love it. So we got Bob.
Trumpster Bob not talking about Ethiopian kings.
No.
When he said the other word.
Yeah, he gave Big Diesel a compliment on his lips, I believe.
I don't think it was a compliment.
Oh.
It was a racially charged attack.
Okay. Well, we do have also Egghead. Egghead's doing double duty. He's defending both of his titles. Hashtag Eggy No Belts. Hashtag Eggy No Belts. If you want to be sad, if you want to see Egghead be sad, Sign up, $5, patreon.com/DP, and vote for Egghead to lose both of his belts. I mean, only if you want to. I want to see Egghead's going to spurg out in a second here.
Patrons $5 and above can vote against Egghead for both of his titles.
See, Missy Ann says hashtag Eggy no belts. We're getting it going now. Here is one of the challengers of Egghead tomorrow. It's Ruby Jules.
Egghead.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Tip. Drain.
I just want to let you know, man, I'm so happy for you. You're so amazing. You did such a great job licking that toilet seat.
Having me.
Oh, come on, Egghead. Only baddies retain their belts at Actual Mania.
And drinking the poopy water. You did such a good job.
Egghead, in the last Actual Mania, Egghead will do anything to keep his title. And in the last Actual Mania, Egghead licked his the rim of his toilet and then drank the water from the toilet, and I almost threw up watching it. So that's the kind of crazy shit. So that's what Ruby Jules is talking about here.
I'm serious. I just want to let you know that this Actual Mania, I'm gonna give you the best gift any best friend can give. I'm gonna give you a vasectomy, Egghead. It's gonna be so nice. It's gonna get rid of so many problems, bro.
I don't think you should be giving vasectomies to the tune of reggae.
That's his new gimmick, though. He's like a doctor. He's like a mad doctor that gives vasectomies to the masses.
Yes. And what's even greater about it is that I'm gonna give it to you, and you will get one. Egghead, I just want to let you know I have a lot going on, but I have it planned for my win for the Cringerweight Championship title, which is well deserved. I mean, let's just be honest, everybody. Okay, maybe sometimes my music isn't that good, but you have to keep in mind that I have a lot of talent. It's just like so hard to keep up, and I could do way more with what I do.
The vasectomy set him free.
His talent is not just in music; it is in cross-stitching vasectomies.
And
it's all in the stitch.
Doing a lot of business, and I've been trying to find a better me, a better equilibrium, and that equilibrium is going to take down Egghead and give him that vasectomy. Snip, snip, Egghead. Get ready. Snip, snip.
Can I explain what Actual Mania is? What Actual Mania is we take two promo videos made by each competitor, and we play them head to head, and then we let the audience vote on it. And we have usually about 5 or 6 of those in one event. And we used to just do we'd put Trumpster Bob versus Brett Keane, or we'd do Gail Cord Schuler versus Tila Tequila. But now a lot of it's curated through the audience, and it's fun for the audience to make their stuff. It's fun for us to react to it. It's all original. It's stuff that you haven't seen before. So that's good. And they get creative. It's a celebration of the creativity of DP. That's what it's all about. Ha! Gay!
Ben pulled a gay on us earlier when we were talking about magic cards. I was so mad. That's on the pre-show, by the way. By the way, it's been retitled The Pre-Cum. If you're listening on Spotify or other audio-only platforms, you were privy to The Pre-Cum. And if you're not, check them out.
Check it out.
Check out The Pre-Cum, where Ben called us gay for talking about magic, and that was the nerdiest shit anybody talked about all night long. This is really what Actual Mania is. Actual Mania is us pitting people against each other. The audience votes. There can only be one winner in every bout, and the real winner is you at home. For $5 and above, you get that, a bonus private show, and you can type in the fucking Cool Kids chat. What a deal!
It's one of our monthly Patreon private shows. We do it every month in addition to the other one. And the people that watch it enjoy it. We get a pretty good audience for it. And then sometimes the audience becomes the competitors. Here's Egghead's response. Oh, shit. Honestly, I want to say this is... I've already seen this, and this is probably Egghead's best promo ever.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
He's getting better
the
at it.
Go home episode of Action Mania. We're already at the end of the month, and we're right back to where we started. This month has been filled with endless drama between me and my opponent, Ruby Jules. Ruby, as a famous man once said, you are not ready. You may think that you are ready, but you are not. You are once again acting like you have this in the bag, when in all reality, let me remind you that on last Saturday's bonus show, you were in the chat saying that, oh, Egghead's going to win this via handicap because you didn't give it your all. In fact, your words said that you gave it about, 40 to 50%.
Eggy no
See, I, on the other hand, every single month I am competing, I give it my all. I give it 100% every single month.
Except for the month you quit.
I find new ways to reinvent myself. I find new ways to humiliate myself. I find new ways to out-cringe them all. And you think, with your horrible singing, that's going to be enough to make you win this. No. No. It's already proven that that type of content will not help you win alone. I've already gone back this month, and I've actually found new ways to humiliate myself. So, tomorrow at Actual Mania, I'm going to be representing the Cringeoid Championship, while you represent one thing, and one thing only: intolerable mediocrity. And so I don't want you to bring just Ruby. I want you to bring the damn Boglum. Because quite frankly, if you don't bring the Boglum, you will show everyone that the only good thing that you had ever going for you in this damn show and this damn organization is DP Idol. And that quite frankly, you don't deserve to be in Actual Mania.
Whoa.
I'll see you tomorrow, Ruby. Damn.
Who will win tomorrow? No matter what, someone's going to be crying. No matter what, someone's going to be rage quitting, but they'll be back the next day. Either way. All right.
Remember,
here's a promo from Trumpster Bob for Big Diesel. Shit. I got my finger on the mute button just in case. Here it is.
Mr. M. Diesel, you disrespected T-Bob Love. So now, looks like I might have to lay the thunder down on your ass, boy.
That's all. He's a man of few words. He's a man of few words. Here's Big D's. I don't know where he got the M Diesel thing from, but I like it. I'm not going to correct him. I'll let him just roll with that. Here's Big Diesel's promo.
Oh, I'm back. I haven't been on camera in a while. It's nice to see you guys. Big Diesel here. Oh, that's not good enough. I feel like I need a more grandiose intro from what I did before. It's been a good minute. Somebody play something. Somebody play something. Play something. Good God, play.
Introducing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing at about 210 pounds, your big buff anime fan, Big Diesel.
Yes. Ben has scheduled a match between me and a very sickly elderly man that happens to look like Jiggle Billy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Woo! Yeah! Wow! Command Sir huh?
We're not going to talk about that. Hi, Bob. How are you doing? Have you done those 5 push-ups yet? You have a very weird challenge that you give to people. And I have my own challenge, by the way. It's called the Big Diesel Push-Up Challenge. When you just push it like crazy lokes. We keep on pushing.
For
yeah,
real,
but if
Scout.
your sickly ass cannot, do 5 push-ups without ending up in hospice, you win my challenge, and then I'll do whatever that weird ass shit that you want me to do. But Bob, let's talk about something really quick. Not the fact that you have a connected dot puzzle on your face. Not to the fact that you clearly are being scanned by some Nigerians.
In this city in southwest Nigeria, everyone seems to know someone who scams Americans online.
A bunch of scamming people. And that country, I think, is in Nigeria. Yes.
Oh no.
We're not gonna bring up the grapes, okay? The grape with a knife. Graping people with knives. Do you know that? Do you know that people can take a knife and make people be grapes? I didn't know that. It's a really fun fact to know about it. It's really fun to talk about it too, especially when it comes from a person named Bobby Lee Jones. But we're not going to bring that up, okay? We're not going to talk about my nigga lips either. You've really loved talking about these beautiful big black motherfucking caterpillars I have on my face. Yeah, I got some nice lips. But Bob, I'm going to knock you the fuck out, and I'm just going to go back to being Kuro, okay? Deuces.
Oh, Bobby B says, imagine we got Cobes into this.
Actual mania could be what really makes the Drunken Peasants verse come together.
We're going to have to offer them.
It's hard enough. I mean, like, we haven't even convinced him to be on the regular show, so I don't know. I mean, we could probably pay for it. I don't know, but then it's like, how much money is it really worth?
$1 million.
All right. Well, we'll have to start crowdfunding.
Big D for the win.
For the win!
There we go.
25% of the way to our goal. Thank you guys for helping to get the numbers up on this tip train.
We kind of need a little more, so if anyone's just kind of waiting in the wings and you want to like be the hero right now, feel free. I'll put the link here in the chat.
If anybody wants to spread their bat wings open, show us the pink penny, and drop the fucking fedora labia law on us. It's time.
Yes.
One in the chat. One in the chat, folks. T-Bob coming for that chocolate starfish. He likes his butthole challenge. He's a man who is buttholey challenged.
By the way, I'm going to end the poll here, and will Trump see jail time? And no is the winner with 58%, and then unsure and yes we're tied 20%.
Wow.
We've got some other stuff here. Elisa got, because like when Spartan was all like hugging up on her and kissing up on her, and she was
pregnant,
and she was making that face like she was trying not to puke, but he was all about her, and he would come into our chat and be like, "Yeah, she's really into me, bro." Like he was saying that. I'm like, this is gonna end up exactly how I think it's gonna end up. And now he's like a psycho, and he keeps calling her and saying some crazy shit.
Spartan's about humble. What's up, Spartan?
Okay, look, bitch, why did you say I was so hot after you seen me?
It's almost like...
Bitch, why have I had so many screenshots of that? Why did you tell Egyptian Beauty that day when you were going to pick me up? No, Spartan's hot. Spartan's hot. And you seen me in physically before that.
I changed my mind.
Did he say you seen me in physically before then?
I like... can we go back just...
You seen me in physically before then.
Listen to Elisa's reaction here.
Yeah.
Before that.
I changed my mind.
You took screenshots. This is because you're vindictive because of the women I'm fucking around with. You're very hurt, so you're trying your best to say I'm stupid and everything. But
You
say
are
I'm brilliant,
stupid.
And other times, I got screenshots, everything.
Who's the other guy? This guy is her friend. He used to be on...
He's a painter.
Yeah, he used to be on Kermit and Friends all the time.
She's in Florida right now.
Yeah.
And this is a Florida meetup.
I'm the ultimate tier of it. I'm the echelon on the top of everyone. You say everybody's an idiot compared to me. That I can surpass the Nino. That I am exciting. I'm everything to you.
I am exciting. I changed my mind. Or I lied to you for content.
Exactly.
Choose which one you want, but here's the one you deserve. I changed my mind.
Fuck you, you fucking ugly.
I
lost.
Ooh.
Take off your makeup and everybody see you. You're not fucking 35.
Okay, then why were you so into? Like, it doesn't matter how old she is, but you're like, oh, you're ugly without your makeup. Why are you so into her then? It's funny because, like, T-Bob kind of did the same thing where he was all madly in love with her and swears she was, like, the hottest woman ever. But then when she rejected him, he's like, oh, she's a man. Like, it's always like this.
Fuck you.
Yeah, good old nice guy treatment.
Yeah.
I lost interest. I'm sorry. I can't, like, make myself interested in someone. I lost interest. What am I supposed to do? I was interested. I did say he was hot, but I don't feel that way anymore. It's not like that. Is that crazy?
Well, everybody, this is Boca Raton.
Oh, okay, we're in Boca.
I love when she talks love with her simp audience when the other simps are around. And a lot of them just, like, ignore it.
I don't know if he's a simp, is he? Or is he just...
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe not. Maybe.
Isn't he the one girl's dad? The girl
Who's
that was
dad?
like the head, like the Muslim head
No,
wrap.
no.
Oh, really?
No.
Pretty sure. Right? No?
No.
No?
No. Different characters altogether.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, I got the CIA, I got the FBI following me.
Okay, good.
When you paint presidents,
Oh, well, yeah, just it's okay. That's fine.
I just lost
whether you want them or
interest.
not.
Captain Kool-Aid
But you know
Sandler
what?
Willie says Elisa is still in the wrong for scamming this guy and tons of others, though, even if they're dumb and entitled. How is it wrong? How is it wrong? Liquid Skelly.
Yeah! Thank you, Liquid Skelly.
I must assert dominance and extend this train. Woot woot.
Whoop whoop. Gracias, Skelly. Allagass coming through too. And yeah, but I mean, how is she in the wrong? This is her on camera, and she is like even if she's not attracted to these guys and saying she is, she's allowing them one-on-one personal time with her in front of an audience. If you are a guy, right? That's more than you need to seduce a woman. These guys are fucking pathetic, trash, toxic losers, all right? If they were good men, they probably wouldn't be in the bitch seat on her fucking podcast in the first place. But if they were, they would have fucking had Elisa head over heels fall in love. She'd quit the game tonight and become a trad wife. But these guys are not the men they think they are, because most men out there are not the men you think you are, and that's why you listen to fucknuts like Andrew Tate telling you how to wipe your fucking dick clean.
Americans.
Pathetic.
And we got to really, do our job to talk nice to each other.
Cobes and Elisa would be a good couple.
That would be hilarious.
Our differences. Wow, sorry about that guy.
He's just like not over it quick.
I like how she keeps answering his calls too. It's hilarious.
Content.
It's because I left you. I didn't want nothing to do with you. I haven't been wanting to talk to you for like 3 weeks.
It's obvious now you don't want anything to do with it.
Why don't you call me anymore, buddy?
I moved on.
I don't like you anymore. Fuck you. I have the messages.
I did feel. Oh my god.
Captain Kool-Aid Sandler says that's still emotional manipulation. He says that she uses these guys, and fucking thing just dripped away. I gotta get the live back. Says she uses these guys. It's emotional manipulation. She knows the men are pathetic, and instead of being honest, she uses them for content. Just tell them they're nice guy trash. Don't drag them along. Fuck that. Drag them along. If you're a good man, you'll win her over during her drag. I don't think you guys understand emotional manipulation is a two-way street. If she opens the door and lets the vampire in, She's allowing herself to get the suck.
That, and at one moment I understand that, like, they, these guys desperate, want that connection, want that whatever, but you also have every right to, if you're not getting what you want from a relationship and that is not what you're going for, right? You want something from this, it's clear. Elisa is denying that to you, or you're not sure. Just walk away, man.
If
Just
you
walk
can't
away.
see Elisa's game from the last 9 fucking dudes she did this with, it's your fault. I'm not victim blaming here. I'm simp shaming.
Oh, and she's still a piece of shit, right? But
I don't think she's a piece of shit.
She's creating her own whack pack.
She's my buddy.
And instead of using people who have physical disabilities, she's using guys who have heightened sense of their status. And they all think they could be with a baddie. Well, I'm telling you right now, baddies don't want you, but they will use you. They will have you buy your fucking Applebee's appetizers. They will have you come over and rub their feet when the real man they want is busy banging baddies, because baddies get away with it.
Stop saying that? Jesus.
I can't help it. I'm a baddie.
It's so cringy.
Us baddies get away with things like this.
Okay.
I left you. I moved across the country to get away from you. I moved across the country to get away from you, Spartan. You're a fucking liar. I'm not a liar. I don't want you either, so it's perfect. I don't want you to want me. I don't even want you to want me. I don't want you. I don't want him to want me at all. I don't care. I moved. Trust me, if I liked him, I would have stayed in LA. If I wanted him, I would have stayed in LA and we would have been together. But guess what? I had no interest in him.
I like how she makes it sound like there was a
Then when you get to know somebody,
Here's the thing, though.
He was such a weird creeper.
Here's the thing. If you're getting any one-on-one time with a woman, there's a chance. It's you missed your chance if it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. But if you have the ability to have a conversation with a woman, you had a chance. She gave him a chance. She allowed him time with her. He couldn't live up to the fucking offer. She held his hand and gave him opportunities not to be a fucking creepo weirdo. And then when they fell apart because he was a creepo weirdo, he doubled down on the creepo weirdo shit.
That's who he is.
Because he's a creepo weirdo.
He was in our chat saying things that only crazy people would say.
Drunken Peasants, I was the one holding her hand and kissing on her while she pulled away. You boys are just jealous that I know how to treat a woman.
see more about them. It's like it's so obvious. Like obviously. He just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like him. I'm sorry. I wish I did. It'd be easier to date him than anybody else.
Back.
He calls him a bitch.
Stop minimizing shit. You keep trying to make any excuse you can go to. This guy next to you knows you're full of shit. He's seen a lot of life.
Willie says she has the right to give up on these guys. I just don't believe she's ever had interest in these dudes in the first place. Using them for content isn't going to make them less of entitled losers. If anything, it'll make them worse.
It's not about fixing them.
Yeah, like she's doesn't matter if she ever had intent or interest to be with these guys, right? She's giving them the platform that she's offering. They're choosing to be on it. And if they were real smooth motherfuckers, they would supersede her intended platform to use them as cringe fodder, and they would win her over. It's a hard one, but it's you're the dumbass who thought you walked in on easy mode playing a different game than you were in.
They could at least recognize that it was happening and back away from it, but they don't do that either. They do this kind of shit.
She's playing a totally different game than they are. They come in thinking they're about to play Tetris and slide their little fucking block right in the hole. And she's like, nah, bitch, this is Pong. Bop, bop, block them off, bounce them off the wall.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what she did or whatever. That doesn't entitle you to do this shit.
And if she cares about them or not, this is what I'm saying. If they were better men, they would have better chances with her.
Yeah, like Captain Content's the only one I'm aware of that got any type of anything.
Well, I mean, he's probably the most manageable character in the group.
Yeah.
I think Chicken's a little too vibrant and youthful to court Elisa. Cappy has a little bit of an advantage with his music and chill, and he's a little more mature.
When he was in Spain, he did a bunch of music streams with his dad, so I guess that's where he learned a lot of his music stuff, because his dad's a musician too.
His dad is Bono?
No.
Oh.
What? Bono's Irish. He's from Spain.
Yeah. Spanish, Irish. I knew it was
pretty far
one of
apart
the
from
issues.
each other.
I got recorded.
Well, it's English. We put the ish on the end of things.
Yeah. Please, I want you to come with me. Stay with me. I swear on my children you said that, you fucking liar. You even said you'll get, I said I don't like your nose. You said you'll get nose filler. I swear to God, on everything I love, you're a fucking fake people.
Cheech Wizard refers to it as her menagerie. Her menagerie. Yeah, but seriously, this is her whack pack, and that's what she has. She has simps in her whack pack. She learned from Howard, and she's good at what she does.
Yeah. Howard's not doing that shit really anymore. He still has some of the whack pack people on very rarely, but it's not like it used to be, and he's not recruiting any new ones.
He made way too much money to care.
And honestly, they're dropping like flies. Like so many of the old whack packers are dead now. It's pretty sad. Like Crackhead Bob's gone, and Hank the Dwarf is gone.
So hard.
The Elephant Boy, he died recently.
Say goodbye.
Yeah, there's been a whole Eric the actor. But Wendy's still around, and so we see Wendy. High Pitch is still around. That's cool.
Is this part of the show?
Wasn't planned.
Is this part of the
show?
Yeah, this guy has no idea what's going on.
Really? Wow.
I mean, when you're live streaming, everything's part of the show.
Like I'm Ozzy Osbourne now. Like this is what Ozzy does in his show, right? It's like all
He hasn't done that show in a while.
The whole world knows. Wow.
He feels like he's Ozzy Osbourne.
So Cobra loves him more than he loves sickos.
Maybe.
Andy quit the show because he got too personal for him.
Andy's still.
Or loves him more than he hates sickos, right? Or no, he hates. I got it mixed up because it's such weird logic. I hate sickos more than I love Ozzy Osbourne. That's what he says.
That's most definitely what's up, Tubes.
No, but I mean, wow, okay. I don't know what's going on because
I think Cobra might have the chill capacity to endgame Elisa. Elisa would go into Cobra thinking she had a whole new character to add to her menagerie, and Cobra would play with his tistic spurgs just well enough manageably to sidestep her normal advances, and before she knew it, she would be covered in Cobra's clutches.
Covered in Cobra's clutches.
Covered in Cobra's clutches.
It's three sounds in a row.
I thought you probably hear.
I wasn't even really dating that guy. I know him, and we hung out 3 times, but he's too skinny. There's a lot wrong. He has a beard that's like really
Elise, you
stringy.
can't talk bad about people like this.
Okay. He has.
It's dangerous.
It is?
Yeah.
I shouldn't talk about him?
No, you don't want to put your. You don't
Should
want
I tell you why I don't like him, though?
No.
I shouldn't?
No.
Tell us.
No.
He's like, I don't want to know. This hurts me, Elisa. He's been on more dates with you than I have.
Fans, not the.
No.
I didn't really, because I'd watched a few of their streams, I didn't really get simp vibes off of this guy. I think he's just kind of along for the ride.
Hey, Penny.
Maybe.
No, I
He's
just
a
wanted
good
to
artist,
say,
fun guy. Like him.
IP2 does not define who you are. You are better than IP2. They're your network. But you are not the other creators on that channel, because all they do is exactly what the last caller did.
Yeah, I mean, Virtuous Spartan is just not my cup of tea anymore. I'm sorry. He was just like a fling. He was a
She's
very
moving to
brief
Florida
fling.
to be with Scuff Justin
And I wish
Carey.
he could have been more than that, but he just... Whoa.
Sorry.
Whoa. He just can't...
He's about to kill them
He's
on the
not
road.
Brother Hardash says she's not better than IP2.
Thank God I didn't
Is
hook
she
up with him.
not
Imagine if I
just IP2 now?
Oh my God.
Who else on IP2 is running with the script? Who's IP2? You don't become better than IP2. You become IP2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm debating whether we go a little bit longer here or if we go do our post-show thing.
Bum, bum.
I don't know.
Here's the deal, guys. We have... how long do you want to go?
Like another 20 minutes
Let's
or
go
30, something like that.
Let's go 20 to 30 if in the next 5 minutes we get a tip train.
All right.
If we don't get it in the next 5 minutes, then we're just going to bury our head in the sand.
All right. I'll put the...
Captain Kool-Aid says, can anyone mention a moment when Elisa was genuine with anyone besides a dog? Here's the real question. Can you mention a moment where Elisa
Tomorrow
needs
is
to be
gonna be
genuine?
fun.
Yes.
Fun. Egghead working for
I don't
the
know.
weekend.
I've had conversations with her that seemed genuine, but they weren't about anything important.
Tip train. Yeah, but when does she need to be genuine? She's like, you know when she's genuine? Maybe off camera. Who knows? Who cares? She's on camera. You have the choice to be a character, to be something other than yourself. You could literally be anybody.
Yeah.
Genuine is something that people subscribe to Pokimane thinking she's genuine.
There's a little more.
To thinking she's genuine. She's not. Your favorite streamer is not genuine, and they pretend to be. I'm the only genuine one here, and I lie 90% of the time. But that's genuinely me.
Wait, hold on. You're saying I'm not a floating skull in the middle of...
I'm saying if you are a floating skull, you're not this floating skull.
I love it when you leave the room because the skull goes further away and then his mouth opens. So the skull's just the whole time that you're gone. It's crazy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did you get a Matthew Krecklau promo?
Did I?
He's asking about it.
I think maybe. I got a bunch of videos from Matthew, and made me a little confused about...
Matthew, if you got the one promo...
I got to go pee really quick
Send
here.
it to Ben's connection immediately. The one, because we can't dig through all of them right now. But Ben's going pee. That means we have 3 minutes, 7 seconds left to tip train. There's a good little train we got running right there. All we had to do was shuffle and kick. Liquid Skelly.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you didn't feel included in my baddies rant earlier.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. It's just, for the baddies.
Mm-hmm.
Buff, do I need another promo for tomorrow? Tomorrow's the actual event, right?
Side note, am I really an unlikable shit?
Egghead, you're an unlikable shit to some people. And to other people, you're a lovable shit. Do you want to be of the opinion of those that don't like you or in the opinion of those that do like you? You have the choice for who you do it for. If you do it for the unlikable people that unlike you, then do it for them. But no, there's people who like you, and you can focus on them and do it for those people. Who cares if you're unlikable to some? You're not unlikable to all.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
One in the chat, if you want to whip out your massive tallywhacker, smash it down on a tower of champagne glasses that have been freshly fucking poured with Prosecco. Watch the champagne and glass crash everywhere and walk away without one scratch on your Peter. Hell yeah, I have one in the chat too, actually.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I know. Do it too if you're into that and you don't necessarily care about the scratches or not. It's fine. This is an inclusive chat. We don't kink shame.
We do stink shame though.
Yes, take a fucking shower.
If you kinky, you kinky. If you stinky, you stinky.
You're immediately disqualified from Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
You know what I've been enjoying this week? Elenos Greek yogurt. They sell it at Whole Foods. They have it at a lot of grocery stores. Costco buys it. I've been buying Elenos Greek yogurt like crazy. I enjoy it very much. I hope I get over it soon. because I have probably been enjoying it too much. The passion fruit one is my favorite. Not a sponsor, Tubes.
I wonder how much national distribution it gets.
Elenos?
Yeah.
It's in all the Whole Foods across the nation.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in all the Whole Foods. So if you got a Whole Foods in your area, you can get Elenos, which is Pike Place local.
Yeah, they closed the old storefront that they used to have, and now they have like a cart of Elenos.
It's temporary. It's not always there.
Yeah.
But these damn yogurts, these Greek yogurts,
So the timer's over. So did we have a tip train or?
yeah, we hit quite a bit. That means people are watching. They're putting their money
great.
where their mouth is. We're gonna stick around here a little while longer. You can continue the tip train. Thank you guys.
Yes, please
of course.
continue it. Help us out. Like Saturdays have been brutal.
Your mom says a bit of Greek is good for everyone. Fact. The Greeks perfected tragedy. They perfected yogurt.
Butt sex.
They I don't know if they perfected it, but they sure as hell put their stamp on it.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll watch. Dude, King Cobra was not a sweet boy on his birthday.
That's his birthday.
Oh, really?
That doesn't mean he can't be. That doesn't mean he can dox people on his birthday.
Can he dox people on his birthday? I heard Destiny dox people.
Okay, that's a totally different
It
story.
wasn't even Destiny's birthday.
Okay.
Not a sweet boy thing to do.
Nice deflection.
Hey, you're allowed one not sweet boy thing on your birthday. It's fine.
Do we know who he doxed?
Yeah, just because you know how like people send him $1 and they send him a shitty message. So like someone sent him $1 and it was some kind of shitty message and he's like, here's this guy's address, his name and address. Put it like.
I have a contract signed between me and Ruby.
Were we going to have a contract signing?
We'll do that tomorrow during the pre-show. Be ready for it.
The pre-cum.
Yep, tomorrow during the pre-show contract signing between Egghead and Ruby. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. But yeah, he also unknowingly had his phone while it was streaming sitting on a table, and part of it had his computer screen on it scrolling through all the donations. So he unintentionally doxed a bunch of people and intentionally.
If you send $1 to Cobes, don't put your actual information on it.
I think you have to.
If you're hating.
It's my birthday today. I'm 32 officially.
Happy birthday, King.
It is my birthday. You don't have to donate to Cash App or PayPal, but if you do, it's greatly appreciated.
That's most definitely.
I still can't believe we're around the same age. I'm about the same age as Cobra, and life has been rough on that guy.
$1 and calling me a bitch for deleting my shout-out video. Fuck you. And fuck my YouTube trolls trying to trick me into shouting out sickos.
For real. That's not on you, Cobes. That's on the trolls.
Exactly.
You people are fucking disgusting.
That's pretty sicko behavior.
I got plenty of people that want to give me money, dude, so I don't need your donation that badly. Lou says, you better not go live and celebrate your birthday, boy. Here's $1.
Here's $1.
Doesn't look like I'm doing, motherfucker.
Okay, so the top of the screen is censored right now because you can see his computer screen and it's like scrolling through dono information.
Oh no. Josh continued to stream not knowing his phone was pointed at his computer screen.
So this is an accident.
Yeah, remember when he doxed Cool Taste?
It was like his cash card or whatever.
Yeah, gave away his fucking credit card.
What the fuck?
I mean,
I got 4 Bud Light
to be
Platinum.
fair to Cobes now, if you donated in the middle when you knew your full name and address is going to be doxed there.
But I don't think they knew that he was going to point at their addresses, right? Like he hadn't done this before.
For 2 hours. Like for the first 5 minutes to 10 minutes, yeah. But like
if they kept donating,
an hour in, you're like.
But maybe the people were donating and had no idea it was going on because they didn't pay that close attention to the screen.
I didn't.
They should have been super fans.
I watched a little bit of this and I didn't notice that. But then he intentionally does it where he like shows it, like he holds his phone up to the screen.
Like Cobra, you better not go live, boy. It's like you better not watch my video, troll. No one's forcing you to watch, dude. Jerry says, thanks for the shout out, man. Made my night. Fuck the trolls. You're welcome, Jerry. Thank you for your donation. Wolfgang says, your troll's mental health and being isn't good anymore, Cobes. I agree, dude. My trolls are fucking mentally insane, and they need more help than I do. Bam, thank you for your $1. Dude, what's your address for DoorDash? True fan. I'm not giving out my address. You want to see me
yeah, I'm about to say.
do food hacks? Put some money in my Cash App and PayPal, and I'll do it. Fuck Wings of Redemption. Thank you for your $1.36.
That was their name. Fuck Wings of Redemption.
Donation. I own the trolls, otherwise they wouldn't care if I go live. You know, that's the fucking truth.
It's like a meme now. You better not go live, boy. They want him to go live. If he stopped going live, they'd like lose most of their spare time, like their leisure time, is watching a Cobe stream and typing shit chats.
Shout out to... Yeah, I'm not going to shout out your buddy's YouTube channel because it sounds racist when you read it out loud. $87 in PayPal. Holy shit. Happy birthday to me, man. Fucking hell. Yeah, fuck the trolls, man. They don't have what I have. Better not enjoy your birthday, boy. Here's a penny. Well, Brandon, I can tell I enjoy my life more than you enjoy yours. Oh, I'm going to enjoy my birthday, even if I don't get laid. I don't, quite frankly, give a shit. Happy birthday, you fat, ugly monster.
Then why did you mention it?
Well,
Coach?
thanks,
They said, happy birthday, you fat, ugly monster.
Kyle. I can tell your life is more ugly than mine. How does that work? I'm going to bully Cobra by giving him $1. That'll show him. My trolls are fucking dumb, dude.
I mean, Cobes, you are right there. I mean, I have to objectively agree with you there.
Yeah, boobs are nice, man, especially when they're of age. Alive, cisgendered, consenting, and non-related, and human.
And human boobs.
Hey, Cobra, I wish I could do titty shots with you. I'm so jealous of you. We got another troll donation. You do realize that if you're 17, you can't serve alcohol, you stupid, jealous motherfucker. Let alone doing what I did at the concert with that cocktail waitress, you stupid, stupid, stupid motherfucking trolls. And I refuse to let these fucking assholes ruin my birthday. Flat out refuse. I have the phone sitting down so I can have it charged and focus on doing all these shout outs here. Don't worry about my taxes this year. My dad takes care of that.
They always troll him about the taxes. Better pay your taxes, boy. And he goes, my dad helps me with my taxes every time.
No, I report all my donations, all the money I make to the IRS. And this is all done strictly as a self-employed person, which means I may end up paying them money instead, and that's what it is. It is my birthday. I am officially 32 years old.
Officially.
I want to donate money to Cobra to say some fucked up shit. These people have fucking problems, dude. Drink some platinum on us, Cobra. Happy birthday. Why is your camera pointing to the ceiling? Because I feel like it? Hey, Kyle, go fuck yourself. $1 holler. How will you disappoint your dad today, you fat ape? I'm gonna give Cobra $1 just to talk shit. Because I have no life. Happy birthday, Cobra, from Patrick. Why don't you ride bike anymore? I do, but my bike is broke. Here's $1 to help with the upcoming dental debt. You better not dox me, boy. Hey, James, go fuck yourself. Happy birthday, Josh. Another year of you achieving absolutely nothing. Can't wait till the IRS finds out how much money you made and your SSI gets taken away. There's that asshole's fucking address. Have fun with that.
Oh my God.
That's fucked up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you do realize that by saying that, ironically, you're contributing to giving me money, you stupid motherfucker. As I've explained before to my audience on YouTube, I can't get a real job here in town because the fucking trolls will fuck with me and get me fired. You better save these donations for the dentures you're gonna need soon.
Last thing you want to do
Oh, he's showing it again.
Last thing you want to do is threaten a man's SSI check or his teeth, because he will dox you. Every time a man in Casper, Wyoming, threatened by his teeth and or his
They're not
SSI
threatening his
check,
teeth.
They will dox you.
I don't give a fuck. Faith, huffing the air duster lately laughed my ass off. Yeah, thanks for your $1. $329, man. Then donations just keep coming in. Yes. 6 years without sex, teeth rotting, people only watching you to see you get drunk and fall over, bald, never change his clothes, has a legion of fangirls, that's what's up. And you're jealous, otherwise you wouldn't talk shit. I could still pull fangirls despite having nasty-ass teeth and going bald. What the fuck does that say about me? That I'm better looking than you are.
Longtime viewer.
You know why people love...
I listen to the audio version of the show on my way to work. I've started seeing some creators put their full video podcast on Spotify. Is there a way for you to do that, or is that function not available for deep?
I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
You should see, because I've seen a lot of the video stuff go up. I don't know if you have to get a special deal with them or not, but you could probably broker something. And then everybody could go watch us on Spotify, where we could get away with saying every slur ever.
I don't know about that.
Watching me get drunk and fall over, because it's more entertaining than watching my trolls do it. Watching my trolls drink their life away because they're fucking jealous of King Cobra JFS. And if they weren't jealous, they wouldn't talk shit or fucking go out of their way to harass me, man. I want to say thank you to all my awesome fans for your generosity and donations. And thank you to Cradle of Filth for coming to play in Colorado Springs. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Still wearing the shirt, dude. We smoking cigarettes like we smoke trolls. And my trolls are more cancerous than these things are. No, some of these donations I get from my trolls are fucking hilarious. They're like, oh, you're 32 years old, Cobra, and you haven't achieved shit. I'm like, then what the fuck is my Etsy store? What the fuck are all the subscribers on my YouTube? I'll catch you later.
You could say Cobra hasn't achieved shit, but in the realm of Casper, Wyoming, he's achieved more than most Asperger boys. Mm-hmm. He deleted the stream and returned later to say sorry.
Thank you to the fans who donated to my stream earlier. I want to say I'm sorry to my true fans. I did not mean to accidentally dox your addresses. But you have no idea.
It was not. Well, the one part was accidental,
Yeah,
but
that's
there
what
was
he was
a
talking
few.
about the apology when he said, "My true fans."
Oh,
sorry
okay.
to accidentally dox you guys.
Doxing is wrong.
What the fuck I go through as an individual. My trolls are fucking assholes and they need to be arrested. I'm getting sick and tired of this crap. They're so fucking jealous of Cobra they can't admit it.
Cobra wasn't really doxing people. He was reporting where a hate crime was committed via TTS from that address.
Sure, buddy.
No, if my trolls were doing a fucking live stream,
I mean, after all, we know the
I wouldn't
police
give them
watch
shit.
Casper police
Not
watches
even the
live
time of
streams.
day, dude.
They do.
I wouldn't go on their fucking stream and go, you better not watch Cobra's videos, boy, because that's stupid. I do not care. But my trolls are too fucking lazy to do their own thing and just leave me the fuck alone.
Baddies aren't too lazy.
It's beyond pathetic, dude.
Baddies leave Cobes alone.
So again, to my fans, I would like to apologize for accidentally doxing your addresses. I'm uploading a video right now doing a KFC food review, which was really fucking tasty. We'll get to see that here. And I apologized in that video,
Never
too.
mess with a man that makes
I
his
wanted to go
own
live
laws.
quickly and just be like, hey, it's my 32nd birthday, and I really appreciate all my awesome fans who donate their money and time and energy into me. And fuck the trolls. I'm not going to let them ruin my birthday, dude.
Hell
I
yeah.
didn't think the camera was angled to see everyone's addresses like that. My YouTube trolls stalk Ellen, and then they accuse me of doing it, which is so fucking stupid because I've left that poor girl the fuck alone. And it's fucking disgusting, these assholes. I keep telling these fucking trolls they're gonna go too far with it, and they're gonna end up getting arrested. You think it's funny bullying somebody with autism? You're a miserable fucking piece of shit, you know that?
Amen.
It's like, if you hate Cobra, why the fuck do you give me money to talk shit? That's stupid. I mean, I'm not complaining because I'll still take your money and run with it, cuz. But I'm just saying, dude.
Boy.
No, but seriously, I don't want to see my
Baddies take
fans
the money
get
and run.
the harassment I get. They get so much crap just for supporting King Cobra, and it's sad. It's what it is, dude. My trolls harass the apartment I'm at. And it doesn't work. Because my landlord supports my fucking videos, and so do my neighbors.
What's
You think
up,
if my
my
trolls had a fucking
neighbors?
birthday, they'd have a bunch of loyal cult following fans, give them $400+? Fuck no.
At this point, you would have
you
to support
realize this
what
is the
Coach
only
doing,
joy-
'cause you're getting constant guys coming in, knocking on for pizza deliveries, random people coming in.
They're not
You would have to
random. They're
support-
gay guys coming to hook up.
There's actually, Cobes doesn't tell you this. His neighbors are both gay, and they have the pick of the litter when the grinder guys come by.
Cope should just get a blowy from one of the grinder guys.
I know.
No, Cobes has standards.
I'm not gay. I'm straight.
YouTube trolls, get out of my YouTube channels when I talk about the mean shit that they do to me. Outside of that, you have nothing. Nothing. And if I got off of YouTube after doing my shout-out video for a couple days,
alive,
it wouldn't fucking matter because I'd still be more famous than these fucking assholes who bully me.
Boom.
No, I'm sick of it, dude.
Even
They harass
Christine Weston Chandler's still more famous than Janky.
Danny Filth and Ozzy Osbourne. They harass my friends, my family, my fans. It's like
Janky ran the fuck away because she was doing some like borderline illegal shit, like the animal torturing and that kind of stuff. So like she just ran the fuck away from that and vanished and probably enlisted her daddy to protect her.
What the fuck
Which
did
every
I
good girl should do.
do to these people other than exist? You know? But yeah, man, it's my birthday. I'm officially 32 years old today. I want to keep going for as long as I can. Fuck suicide. Fuck the troll.
I actually think now that I remember back when
King.
the Chris Chan stuff first happened, I believe that there was like a lawyer out there doing damage control for Janky at one point. I'm pretty sure.
And fucking thank you to all my awesome fans.
I hope she gets
Again, I'd like to apologize. I wasn't trying to dox your address. I was just trying to read shout-outs and charge my phone. Like I said, fuck the trolls, man. I'm not going to let them ruin my 32nd birthday. They try this hard to fuck with me because they're jealous of Cobra. It is what it is.
Whoop, whoop.
If you re-upload that live stream that I did earlier,
Oh, this is another thing that Cove's not a sweet boy for.
you're going to get your channel taken down. The day of reckoning is coming. I warn my trolls right now. You fuckers have harassed me nonstop for the
If
last
you re-upload the stream where I dox people,
10 plus fucking years. And your shit's gonna end.
Cobes had enough.
Trolls truly bothered me, I'd stop making videos. I'd stop dressing goth and doing my thing. Fuck the trolls. I don't gotta dox my YouTube troll shit to get inside their fucking tiny ass head. I'm already there.
Rent free.
Long live Ozzy and Danny Filth, motherfuckers. And fuck the trolls.
Clock Tower Dream House.
Put a circle of protection on King Cobra and all the true fans.
All right, I have a few more promos that were just sent to me. I've got one of the other matches tomorrow. Two competitors that have been around for a little while in Actual Mania. We got Dr. Piss. And he's going to take on the Necromancer tomorrow.
Hello there, Mr. Necromancer. After my recent destruction of Honest Red, which was so efficient that I was able to cancel him before my promo even aired, I decided to go back to my regular work. And in the colon of a corpse I got from my corpse guy, I found a peculiar note. It reads, "When flames lick my back, you will find towns without people, forests without trees, and rivers without water." And that being the paltry riddle that it was, I simply passed the paper over the flame, and I found a hidden map. After a trek through the woods with my grave robin shovel, I found this. A phylactery belonging to one the necromancer. So I have one term if you want your precious back. Take a dive tonight, and your bauble will be free. Now, if you win tonight, well... That's all, though. I hope you make good choices. Ta-ta.
That was something else. That was,
Did you get that? Is that actually a necromancer's phylactery?
I don't know,
Or do you
maybe.
order that from the phylactery factory?
The phylactery factory? That's...
Hello, guys. Here is the song.
It's Matthew
What a
Krecklau.
wallaby. I sat up this morning and I cried my tears away. I went on to a trip and I wanted to know what a wallaby was. What a wallaby was. What a wallaby was. She turned to me and she asked me what a wallaby was. What a wallaby was. Walla walla wallabies living in the land. People don't even know we're all is built of sand. Castles of sand on little glass pots. No one even thinks that Morgan Freeman's hot. Everybody flying, flying, flying so fast. Flying, 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 flying like your land's past. No one knows the reason like you gotta fly away. Gotta know no place, gotta find and gotta be gay. Gotta find a way, gotta be trans. Gotta live, live, live in South Pakistan. Gotta find 22 women not virgins. Got under new way, gotta see it okay. If you gotta specify not 17, you're a weirdo. Don't know what's going on, do you know? No sickles choose, what's the lube? Gotta get it in. Everybody find a way, it's the passion of the sin. I just wanted to know what a wallaby was. What a wallaby was. Oh, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know what a wallaby was.
So this is Matthew Krecklau. Matthew Krecklau is facing Drake Dragsaw, a newcomer, tomorrow at
Matthew
Action Mania.
Krecklau.
Drake Dragsaw. Are you familiar with Drake Dragsaw?
I just wanted to know what a wallaby was.
Do you know anything
Exactly.
about Drake Dragsaw?
As we have anything to do with what a wallaby is?
He's taking on the guy who's talking about what a wallaby is. Drake Dragsaw.
Well.
Drake Dragsaw. Drake Dragsaw. And I don't even have a promo from Drake Dragsaw, so Drake Dragsaw is going to have to get me the promo. You know.
Well, if you continue to say Drake
Drake
Dragsaw
Dragsaw?
enough, we might just vote for him without a promo.
It's a catchy name, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen watching, one in the chat, if you want Matthew Krecklau to pour that candle wax down
Oh
your
my
fucking
God,
penis
that's
shaft.
kinky.
One in the chat, if you want some of that Krecklau wax dripping down your shaft, your pulsating member like schmegma crusting across the rim, ready to be broken like a seal of Maker's Mark whiskey and drank by the finest women. One in the chat. I still want to know what a fucking wallaby was.
We'll never know.
Damn, Skippy.
Damn.
They say beggars can't be choosers, but Drunken Peasant fan base, we choose you to send in Streamlabs.
Mm-hmm.
We choose you, Pikachu. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, 3 is for the Macker. A wallaby is neither a wall nor a bee.
Yeah, so, wow. This is
Your best fucking Joey Lawrence impression right there?
He didn't say wow, he said whoa.
Who said wow?
Me.
Fuck.
There's a literal compilation of me saying wow for like 25
Owen
minutes
Wilson says wow too. Post Malone says wow.
I think a lot of people say it. It's a pretty common
Yeah.
word.
Joey Lawrence says whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was my best Joey Lawrence
I don't think he says
impression.
it that way.
That was my best Joey Lawrence
It's
impression.
more like whoa, like that.
Is that your best Joey Lawrence impression?
Yes.
Better than mine.
Yeah.
Ben like Blossom.
I said I did watch it, yeah.
Yeah. I watched Blossom too though. 6 was a
You always
was
say
a certified hottie. Maybe it was just because she was standing next to Mayim Bialik.
Probably.
And Jenna Von Oy just had I'm sorry. Sorry, Mayim Bialik. Jenna Von Oy had the sex appeal between the two of you. And still everybody was like, Joey Lawrence is the hottie. He's the hottie.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up, and for those of you who are expecting the post show, we'll do it after Tuesday's show. It's already posted out there on Patreon, but we'll just run it that day.
Sorry, baddies. We had to get some more.
We
tip
have
train
to, yeah.
from the drip drain, but we'll be back.
Do
at
we
it
know what
again.
time, really quick, like when we want to start tomorrow?
Pre-show,
Yeah.
probably around 5:15 or whatever we usually do.
Yeah, we'll start the pre-show at 5:15, and we'll run that for as long as we feel like it, and then we'll go into the main show, and we're gonna have a special guest commentator tomorrow, Wheezy. Remember I invited him?
Yes.
So Wheezy's gonna be there. I think he's gonna support his. I think he's kind of like the advocate for T-Bob.
Oh.
So he'll be there. And then we're going to have the contract signing during the pre-show tomorrow. Ruby Jules versus Egghead. Should be cool. Don't miss it.
Wash your ass.
We'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all.
Tell me how to eat it right. How to sip your flavor all night with my peaches and cream and my body and dreams. It's so good. Tell me how to treat it right. How to lick your pussy all night, and I am policing dreams with my face in your cream, with details to come. And I believe in your pussy, in your pussy. And I believe your pussy clean. I lean it clean. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I want you to be. Tell me that you suck my dick. Tell me that you lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. Tell me how to stick it right. How to poke you with a pokey and feel tight.
clean from your love servicing. Let's go, girl.